welcome to Rhythm and Wit. My name is Kenna Attaway. I'm a music journalist and the host of Into the Groove, my personal podcast. Today we are here with some lovely women in rock. So can we just kind of go around and introduce ourselves and what band/genre we play? We can start over here.
Hey, my name is Maddy. I'm the singer of DIVA. Should we go you next since we're in the same band?
Yeah.
What's your genre?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I play alt rock. Did I nail it?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay.
You're doing great, Maddy.
Amazing.
And then Sarah.
My name is Sarah. I play a little bit of anything and everything genre-wise, whatever the gig calls for. But my main gig right now is a lovely band called DIVA, and I play drums.
Period. We're here.
My name is Bailey, and I'm in a band called Baileyboy, and we make alternative rock, too, with a little bit of, maybe like blues, rootsy vibes.
Some soul.
Yeah.
You got a
For
lot of
sure.
soul.
Thanks.
You do.
Yeah. I be all over the place. If it's aggressive, if it's loud, if it's fun, I want to do it.
Period. And then over here.
I'm Kat of Catlock. That is me. I like to call it Catlock pop rock because it's catchy and it's probably the closest to the truth. I think we all bounce around genres, but I think pop rock's like as close as we're gonna get it.
So can we kind of go around in a circle now that we have introductions and welcome, and describe why we wanted to get into kind of the rock genre, or like rock is the overhead, it's the umbrella term of like these subgenres that you guys play.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Okay, could you elaborate on that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Understood. For sure.
The movie, the Josie and the Pussycats movie that came out when I was like in kindergarten, and I watched it every single day, and I still listen to it probably every day.
Well, it's iconic.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Maddy?
My dad took me to Warped Tour when I was 13, and I actually only wanted to go to Warped Tour to impress these other 13-year-old bitches that were in my class because they were so mean to me, and I wanted them to be my friend. And but I went to that, and for up until that point, my big dream was like, I'm going to be on Broadway. And then I went to Warped Tour, and every bone in my body was like, wait, there's another life out there. And I've never explored any other genre but that genre. I've dabbled in folk for like 2.5 seconds and then was like, wait, I hate this, and went right back. So I've never done anything other than rock. I like playing big shows, and I like belting, and I like putting on big performances, and that's what's kept me in the genre.
Period. Okay, Sarah.
Camp rock.
Okay, would you like to go
Amen.
elaborate on that a little bit, maybe?
Demi Lovato. I'll do that for you.
Demi Lovato.
Well,
Demi Lovato's
yes.
first album was my first album.
Okay.
And that,
This is me.
that's the one. Really, I come from a musical family, but it was that like my family's been playing rock and roll for generations and generations. But as a kid, it was camp rock that drew me in.
You're like,
Because I didn't care
well,
about that when I was a kid. I said, "Oh, y'all play music? Gross, lame, boo." Yeah.
But then you found your calling through Demi Lovato.
Through Demi Lovato, yeah. And then her first record, that was my first album that I owned when I was 8 years old. Played it on my Barbie pink sparkly radio, and
Oh my gosh, period.
changed my life.
I have vivid memories of coming up with dances in my room to that album, like as if I'm in
Great
a
record.
class, like get the choreography down.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's hard. Have y'all tried to go back and play that or like sing it?
yeah.
I was gonna say I love that you're
fun.
both in
It's
the same
hard.
band, and like because I listened to Demi Lovato's first album again like a couple years ago, revisited it, and it sounds like My Chemical Romance instrumentally.
Amen.
It does.
Amen.
It does.
Yes.
The drums and even the vocals, like she's really killing it, and it's rock.
It's
pop
hard.
punk.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And it gets almost like leaning into metal with some of the guitar solos and some of the bass lines.
Yeah.
So she goes really heavy.
Yeah.
We did Get Back one
The
time
best.
on stage.
That's
One
I wanted
and
to
that
cry.
shit whooped my ass and made me watch so much so that I told Sarah, I was like, I can't do this shit on stage again. That was the hardest goddamn song I've ever played.
really
And
hard.
you don't think about it like until, because when you're listening to it, you're like, it's like fucking 2006, Demi Lovato, how hard can it be? And then you start playing it and you're like, oh, she was on steroids.
That-
'Cause
that-
what the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
I mean,
but
Anyways, big Demi stan, shout out. Anyways.
And Miss Bailey.
well, I actually started in like folk and country and
Yeah,
all
brother.
Americana because I'm from southeastern Oklahoma. I mean, that's what you.
That's what you do.
And so I think that for me, what brought me to rock is that the songwriting is the most important, first and foremost, for me in music. But then when I'm on stage, like, I want to be loud. I want to have fun. My personality is not, like, necessarily big and heavy and doom and gloom. Like, I want to scream and throw ass. I want
Yes.
yeah.
Can I add a piece that I think we're all missing?
Yeah.
What keeps me to this genre is I love to be sexy. This shit is so sexy, especially as a woman. Playing this genre of music on stage is so hot. And the little cute outfits and
because
the dance
you have
moves.
to be confident.
Yeah.
Like you can be demure, you can be modest. Like it's not like it be about being explicit or sexual, though I have no problem with either.
Yeah.
I just am saying, like, you can do it in, like, whatever you want to and however you're the energy, but it's that in rock, like, you say it with your chest and unapologetically. That's kind of the defining
It's larger than life.
genre.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I like to hit hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
hit
I
hard.
love
I
I
hit
love
too
a
hard
little
to-
miniskirt.
I hit too hard to play jazz.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I
you
do smack them.
You have no business
I
being
sing
a jazz
too on
drummer.
We'll get you
Yeah.
some brushes. It'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
And I got them in low-key. I still hit those too hard. I broke them. I broke them. They were plastic. That was my fault. I should have got metal. And then I did. Anyways. I'm not a bad drummer. I'm a great drummer. Please don't.
Sarah's one of the best drummers.
Sarah is
in
an
the
amazing
city,
drummer.
honestly.
I have great technique.
Good drummers,
I promise.
good drummers break gear. That's what happens. That's how you find out the
Yes.
gear that
That's true.
works for you.
Yeah.
That's how you
Period.
figure out
Yes.
what you need.
Period.
Brother, the drumsticks are going crazy. The quality control is awful right now.
You break them literally every
I've been
week.
switching brands, trying to find anything that's got some strong wood.
I'll actually throw
Ooh,
that out
let
there.
me actually look at my poppy drumsticks I got when I went to go see her show last time because they threw them into the crowd and they were not broken. And it's like
Oh,
poppy,
yeah.
so it's like
Nice.
heavy
You
metal.
know they're
Yeah.
high quality, high
Yes.
traffic.
Yes, I'll go look at the
I was
brand.
gonna
of
say
this.
on the
that's
ground.
something interesting right now is like with all of the stuff going on with the economy, like obviously that affects the music industry and how we can create our art, even at a local level. But on a really practical level, gear, like you're saying, gear quality is so
It's so bad.
unregulated, so bad. Like I solder and fix cables because they break so often. Like we've had to fix microphones and like that's expensive. Soldering irons
Yeah.
are expensive.
They really
Getting the
are.
ability to fix your own stuff is hard.
And getting shit off of Amazon. Can I cuss on this thing?
I don't care.
Okay. Getting shit off of Amazon, like it works.
Hit or miss though.
Yeah, it's so hit or miss,
never
and the problem is like I might not have $50 to throw at a cable.
Yeah.
like, especially if I'm like if I need a new cable and I need it like delivered the next morning, I might not have $50 to throw at a cable. Like I might have 13 in overnight shipping, but like it's just so hit or miss.
There's
That's
I'll,
fair.
I'll send y'all all a picture of a cable that I've run across 4 of them this year while running sound that were broken. So I've like taken a picture of that brand and style because they all looked identical and it's a really popular one.
Really?
So yeah, and they're always broken and they're expensive. So I'm like that blacklist on my gear.
That's yeah, I'm out.
I honestly see that like doing news and stuff too. Like if you don't get the right equipment and you don't know how to fix that equipment, you're screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you're screwed. And I have to do a lot of like on like while things are happening reporting. So I have to bring the camera, bring the tripod, bring the microphone, bring it all. And if my equipment fails, I don't get the story and people don't get to learn.
And it can be a barrier of access
Yeah.
because depending on like the support you have, I know through media, it means depending on how large your publication is
100%.
and the kind of support that you have through the management of whatever you're doing. But in the band community scene, it looks a lot more like not having access to community resources, especially if you're not like a member of the boys club that wants to come sit in your bedroom and look at your red like interface.
Hey, I have one of those.
So do I. We all do. No, we all do
We
because
all
it's the
do.
first one that you get. But I'm saying like there's a barrier of entry
Yeah.
I don't even
there.
remember. Somebody gave it to me. A man.
It's
Go figure.
it's just
too.
it's a rite of passage.
Don't say that
I know
on
that you
camera.
stole it.
Yes, I did. Off the record, I stole it from the ACM, but low key,
That is taking
Cut
it
the
from
tape.
me.
that is
Cut the
low
tape.
key. They took so much tuition from me.
No, but just
like-
throwing out there that gear can be a barrier of access for stuff,
Yeah.
both like the information around
Yeah.
it and access to it, and then shared community resources.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people that are like cool with. I mean, we do backlining all the time of drums and
Yeah.
like amps and gear, and there's not a whole lot of like cable backlining
No,
that you can do. Like you've got to really be on top of it. And in terms of home recording, that's where I find the most barrier of entry for like you have to be in the actual social community of where you're locally at to have, or you have to really invest
Yeah.
in your own
Right.
equipment,
Yeah.
and doing
Right.
it yourself and being totally independent.
Money
It's
and time.
expensive.
I
Yeah.
have put thousands and
Research.
thousands of dollars
Yeah.
in my home studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music is such a privilege. Like,
And then the knowledge, the expertise. I mean, you teach like lessons and stuff,
do.
and eventually like it feels like you have to incorporate all of these individual sections of music into their own
Yeah, that's
industry.
a big thing because I'll teach like songwriting and recording and stuff and like beginner level, and it's like, hey, y'all want to get into this? Great, you have to spend money on this, and I know you're like 12 years old.
Let's start making a
Ask
Christmas
for
list.
You gotta save that birthday money.
Ask for Santa.
Mow some
for a
lawns
year.
because you got to.
Often.
So obviously equipment is definitely a struggle that I think a lot of musicians, like just good quality equipment like we just discussed, is a challenge that especially local musicians face. What is other challenges that you guys face as musicians, as women in this industry? No,
Nadia and I just
He'll send me a little Aretha Franklin up in here.
RESPECT.
exactly.
What is that?
My favorite thing is when I walk into a venue and a man doesn't give me the light of day that works at the venue until I start playing.
Yes.
And then after
then
the
he's
set.
like, yeah.
Come out right at the gate.
Yeah. And then he's like, whoa, you're great. What's your name?
Yeah.
Or when other peers in the industry want to go to our band members and talk to them like they somehow know the secret sauce. People love going to my guitarist to ask him about like the songwriting aspects. And to his credit, he immediately is like, listen, she sang that riff into her phone and sent it to me. Like,
Yeah.
she wrote the song.
Yeah.
She writes all of them.
They usually assume I'm not even in the... If you walk in with a guy, like I walk in with my
They assume
drummer,
we're the
and
girlfriend.
That's your girlfriend.
Especially if you're dressed cute, which we usually want to be because that's part of marketing
Yes.
ourselves as artists, is
Yeah.
presenting ourselves.
I think I get oftentimes, well, Sarah and I are pretty damn serious. I mean, we're pretty damn serious musicians. We play a lot of hardcore gigs for some goddamn reason. I love them, and don't take this the wrong way. I'll play any hardcore gig. I really have so much fun with them, and I love the dudes that we play with. We walk into these venues and I automatically get painted the picture that like I'm a bitch or I'm uptight or I'm like stuck up. That's not the case. I'm here to do a job. Like I've got 1,000 things that I'm thinking through. Like I'm not necessarily gonna come up in here like Bugballs the fucking Powerpuff Girl, just jolly as hell. I got shit I gotta do. And I'm probably also, I mean, I own my own business. Like 9 times out of 10, I come to the venue and while everybody's getting set up, I'm the singer, I got shit to set up. While everybody's getting their shit set up, I'm finishing my day of work.
Yeah.
Or
So-
making social media content for the band,
Right,
or
like doing
posting
anything.
a reminder last minute of where the show is. Like you're doing the administrative work of the band
Yeah.
usually too.
It's not best
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
race.
Yeah,
No.
and
It
so
is not RuPaul's
It is not.
no. So I feel like that's like something that I have to be aware of, and I very much try my hardest to be very bubbly in the beforehand and try very much to be very bubbly in like my conversations that I have with other bands. But I mean, I think that we have this, I don't want to say this stigma, but I think that we're expected to just be this like perfect like little Barbie doll that comes in and does exactly what she's supposed to do and just like floats around the venue and la 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 la. And in reality, we're doing the exact same job that they are doing. And I hate to pull this reference because everybody says it, but it is really true. We're doing this exact same job, but in like 6-inch heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because sometimes
are.
that is literal. Like
Yes.
sometimes we literally are doing it in 6-inch heels.
I'm in thigh-high 6-inch heels right now.
Yeah, exactly. We look good to that.
Literally.
We're on a podcast. We look good now.
Right. You know
I
what?
knew my feet weren't even going to show. But
And
But you showed up.
it's
Look
been
at
a
us.
fat minute since I've played a show where like I have not been going through something physically. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the other part of this whole thing that like we oftentimes play these extremely invasive shows.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
singing is grueling. No one treats it like it's a physical
don't.
It's
sport
not.
or activity.
It's not.
But it's about your core. It's about your cardio. It's about your lung health.
Yes.
It's about how much you've eaten that day, where your blood sugar is, your energy level.
That's why I don't
especially if you kick around on stage or throw yourself, which in our genre we do often.
yeah.
And the venues, like when you're talking about the hardcore spaces, I think that I love the hardcore shows too, but I think when you get DIY, we've talked about this before.
Yes.
There is a lack of ability to accommodate. And because of that, you end up with exclusionary spaces
Yes.
where it's not accessible to people of any like way, shape, or form, really.
Yep.
Like physically accessible, and then we don't have places to rest in between sets. Like I said, we're there from 4 to midnight sometimes,
Yeah.
from sound check till the end of the show.
And there's not one single chair that's comfortable.
No, yeah, we're there for 8
Except
hours.
on the patio.
Yeah, and the patio, by the way, it's kind of an unsanded wooden bench.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's the best option you've got.
Yes.
I always feel bad, especially I will tell the other bands this. I'll sit on the patio and listen to them, but sometimes, like, especially after such a big show, I need 30 minutes away from noise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's hard to be the audience and the performer.
It
Like,
really
it's, you know, at
I
bigger
can't be expected
shows,
to be both.
they're backstagethey're taking time, they're centering beforehand or after, and we're
Yeah.
kind of expected, especially as women, to really show up because we're so much more noticeable in those spaces because there are fewer of us too. That
Yeah, we're
like they
dressed up
notice
like
when
we're
we're
gonna
there or
be-
not.
We're dressed up like we're going to be on stage. I remember when I played that gig in Arkansas.
Yes.
Not even the one you were with, but also the one that Bailey played guitar with me for. But yeah, it was a real moment of like I'm sitting at the table with like my mom and her friends who live in this state or whatever, and it's like I'm getting hit on by random dudes and like random interactions. I'm like, my least favorite part of having to play a show is like being just like open season in a bar before and after, and especially after.
Yes.
Well, especially because when you say getting hit on, you mean someone coming up to you, giving you unsolicited advice about an industry they've never worked in.
And
that
lifting up
always
his
has, like,
shirt
a
while I was
personal-
on stage. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That always has like a personal or sexualized touch to it. Like, I think that women tend to be, and feminine people in general, are objectified so frequently in our day-to-day lives that the line between being an object and an individual while at a show is really blurred for us. I know a lot of our art explores that individually.
What's that full circle of, like, especially with a genre that is so sexy and it is so confident.
Sexy
you know,
music for sexy people makes people feel like they can do
they
whatever
can
and
sing
get away with
say
it.
whatever
they
they
can say
want.
whatever they want,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
like,
really
no, I
not the
can't.
case. I can.
I have the
do
microphone.
music.
You're
Right.
you're paying to be here at my show. You're choosing to receive what I'm giving to you.
Right.
But you came to my place of work to give me this energy.
You know what's crazy? I've had multiple comments, and again, like, I mean, Sarah and, all right, this is a long-winded one, but
You're okay.
Sarah and I have laughed about this before because there's been multiple times I will get like a new little mini skirt to try out, and Sarah will be like, girl, you got to get a longer skirt. You are flashing me during our set, right? So just to paint the picture of like, I'm wearing fun little outfits. There's been multiple times that I have met guys multiple times in the scene that have been like, oh, like, I had no idea you were married. Like, oh, like, I didn't know you were like married and
can't
out
act a
there
certain
wearing
way.
outfits like that. First of all, my man loves it. Dig that. B, that it's just not a comment that you would ask any other. I know tons of dudes in the scene that like their wives and girlfriends are lovely and
Well, I would-
encouraging and love the fact that they are chasing their dreams. But then when you see it on this end, and it's almost like they can't believe that we are able to express ourselves, express our confidence, play the kind of shows that we want to play, and then have people on the back end that support that fully.
Well, and I'll throw out there too that I went to a show last night for a band I really love and support, and they're great. And one of their members frequently during a certain like song will take his shirt off and then come out near the crowd while he's playing the instrument and get tips and all that. And it's really fun. But I think that when he does that, it's seen as like purely fun and entertainment. But like if we do that with like tape on or like flash the crowd even as like a fun thing, I'm not saying any of us have ever done that, but I'm saying if we did something equivalent, it would inherently always be subversive.
Yes.
Which I
Yes.
think is what pushes us all to rock music, because being genuine and taking up space in the same way that a lot of men in the scene do makes us alternative by definition, just because they don't expect it from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say that, and that's a really good call out too, because it should be noted that just as much bad dudes there are in the scene, there's some incredible dudes, really, and we
Who have
I'm-
to pick up a lot of slack for their
They
peers.
really do. They really do. I'm so fortunate that DIVA has gotten to play with some incredible bands this year, but a lot of them that we have frequented multiple times because we love them so much. And there is a trust that's involved in playing with bands like this. I mean, we're playing at like 2:00 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You're
there-
walking back to your car. I mean, this is who you work with late at night.
Right. And so I'm very fortunate in the fact that, like, okay, we do have some musicians that I can call upon that getting to play with them is a real treat. Like, it's comfortable, and I know that I can let my walls down and relax. But then there are lots of bands that we will play with in the scene that, like, you go into shows with your walls up and your guard up, and like,
Because you know that there's at least one person in there who's not a safe member. Because we have to talk to one another to educate one
Yes.
another and know what we have. So I think that can be one of the biggest hurdles too, is like that a lot of our natural protections, like dressing in a noticeable way, it's harder to miss it if someone is harassing one of us if we are dressed like we're supposed to be on stage.
Yeah.
So dressing noticeably can be a form of protection.
Yeah.
Bringing boyfriends or male friends to the show, or just people that maybe could, more traditionally defensive in those late night settings, protective, but can we get criticized for it? Having clear boundaries on when you want us there, when we get to leave, how much we make, are things that protect us in a vulnerable setting as vulnerable individuals, and are seen as us being difficult to work with, or divas. And it's like, that I think is what we're all saying, is like everything that we do to protect ourselves and also help boost our career can be found a way to twist and criticize on us if you're not one of the people who wants to see us shine as well.
Right.
1,000%.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask, is we have, and I experienced some of this in the journalism industry as well. I mean, I've literally been at protests where people are getting violent and in each other's faces, and I've had men come up to me and give me advice on how to record them. And they're like, oh, I graduated with a degree in journalism, and I'm like, but you're not working in journalism. I am, and I'm a student journalist.
And
so,
also the way that they could stay safe in those spaces while still doing their job is different than the way that you might be able to stay safe in that space and do that job. So a lot of their advice is kind of irrelevant to us.
1,000%. And when a man comes up to me at a protest and I'm on the job, I'm recording, I'm getting interviews, and they want to interrupt to give me advice, automatically my guard is up, because my guard is up going into this setting where it could potentially get violent in general.
Well, let's be honest, my guard is up whenever a strange man that I don't know, who has no real reason to approach me, approaches me in a public space, because that's the world that they have created.
1,000%. And I have like university logos on a lot of my equipment because I'm a student journalist. And so why are you, as like a 34-year-old man, coming up to me giving me advice? I'm like a young 20-something. And it can be kind of disheartening at times. I'm sure it's disheartening for you guys as well.
I run sound as well, and that's a big thing. Is like, and Sarah, I'm sure you get this, working on the production or sound in music at all. Like I said, that line between object and artist is a little blurry sometimes for women. So a lot of men are more than happy to put us at the front of the stage and let us sing for their band, so we can get them shows, we can get them gigs. They love to have us open for them, so that we'll bring our fans, and then our fans are polite, like good audience members who stay for the whole time, and then theirs don't for us.
Or if our fans aren't that way and they just came to see us and they have to go because they have work the next day, fuck us. Yeah, we're rude. We told all of our people to do that.
Right.
We told them that it wasn't worth staying, and it certainly wasn't because we played at 7:30 and y'all played at 10:30, and it was a Thursday.
Certainly not.
Nothing.
So we kind of discussed how these challenges that I face in my respective industry, you guys face in your respective industries, and how it could kind of be disheartening. But what do you guys have that keeps you guys going? What is kind of that motivation to continue to perform those late night shows, to continue to be with your friends and perform?
Watching each other do it. Every time I see someone else do it, I'm like, I have to get on stage again.
Yes. Whenever I go to one of y'all's shows, I'm like, I need to make a mood board for our next show. I'm like, I need to make it more. They encourage me to like find the creative like connectedness between my music and all the aspects of it, and like otherwise it gets very cut and dry. Like you get very practical, and it is just the job.
I often literally get song ideas as I'm watching another band. Me too. I will like hear a different melody and lyric and like
honestly, we play with a lot of dudes like in our band. We have a lot of like boys that are in our band. And playing with them and like having like good solid dudes that I can trust pushes me forward. I mean, it gives me like that, like we have something special that nobody else has. Why wouldn't I want to like take this out and show everybody? You know what I mean? I think that's also like something that we have to do as well, like a callback to that. Like when we're finding bandmates, we've had this discussion. It's all well and good to play your instrument. That's amazing. When we are traveling out of state, I am by myself. It's me and Sarah, and we might have teeth. But when it's 2 a.m. in a city that I don't know, I do expect my male bandmates, like, you are my protector. My husband's not there. And as much as I can take care of myself, I can only do so much by myself late at night.
Especially in a crowd of drunk people, probably most likely bars.
Yes, exactly. And so I do almost require from my male bandmates, like you are my protector at these shows.
And understanding of the situation that you're being put in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want them to understand, like, the additional risk and vulnerability that comes for women having a late night job and position, you know, and, like, whether you're working as a bartender or a server or as a gas station clerk, if you're feminine presenting, the likelihood of violence is higher for you in those settings. And I just, like, you're not realistic if you as a man can't acknowledge that that is true.
1,000%.
You know, and then act accordingly, just with the sense of, like, so whenever someone approaches us, like, asking us to bum a cigarette and do that, I might go ahead and go inside and leave the three of you talking to him because the way he was eyeing me was different than the way he was eyeing you guys.
Yes.
And I need you to understand that.
Right.
And be cool with it.
Right.
No.
Right. Or like if I ask you, hey, can you take this box back to the car? Otherwise, you're leaving me, again, 6-inch heels with a giant heavy object in an area I don't know at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And the heels are loud. The heels will draw attention.
Right.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just, it's
so will
like
the
that.
mini skirt with your cooch out.
Right.
Well, and I'll say
Doesn't
that.
help.
I'll say
It
too.
certainly doesn't help the situation.
And again, we do different things to protect ourselves because I really, like, have in the past really enmeshed myself in the load off gear process, even when I am not doing anything but vocals, because it makes them assume I'm in the band more. It lets them see that I know what I'm doing with my hands, and it keeps me involved in the activity. So it's this almost like posturing, but also I just want to be helpful. I just noticed that it has an impact on the way that people do it. But some nights I'm like, I legitimately need to go prep as a vocalist. Like, I am anxious and I need to go do some breathing exercises, or I'm not going to have the control I need to do the show that we want to do. Like,
You asked about what we do or how we navigate that. The biggest thing we do is we talk about it.
Okay.
To others, to other women. When there are women that join the scene, or as we see, like, new and upcoming musicians, like, slowly but surely they get integrated into the scene. Slowly but surely you meet people. And I some of the first conversations you have is like, hey, don't work with this person.
Yes.
I would avoid this. I wouldn't do that. I mean, like...
everyone at this table has taken a picture of my notes apps list.
Actually, yes, I do have that as well.
Everyone at this table has, because I don't remember. I
told you
can't
people to
remember
put
off
on
the
the
top of
list.
my head.
Yeah.
We all contributed.
Yeah.
And before anyone comes in anyone, my name's not on it. And it's not public forum, so leave me alone. We're allowed to tell the truth about what happened to us and how people treated us.
Yeah.
And people love to act like there's going to be some big hammer of social punishment or legal punishment. And the reality is that you just end up getting iced out of groups that you don't want to be in anyway.
Yeah.
But it can really slow your role and impede you in success that you would have gotten otherwise. And so I love to warn young women of what took me a long time to learn, or what I had to learn through hurt or personal experience. Of course, I want to save them from that. I want them to succeed easier and faster than I have.
And I think being in rock, we already have such a little bit of a shield that, I mean, if people are already paying us like divas, no pun intended.
Right.
People are going to pay us like divas, I might as well start talking.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's the genre we play in. I mean, they know that we're going to be big and larger than life and loud, and we're about what we're about.
If you come to one of my shows, you know that you're going to hear me say, like, Ronald Reagan was terrible and Free Palestine. And if you're not cool with that, then, I mean, honestly, it kind of makes me feel bad if you do relate to my music.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person who isn't cool with that topic, and on that is obviously the human rights issues that affect us individually. So, like, when I'm on stage and someone's rude to me, like, I want to be able to call it out.
Yeah.
Especially when it's past rude to the point of harassment and abuse that we're expected to just stomach and swallow. Like the email that you got was crazy, and like, that's crazy. That person shouldn't work in the industry anymore. But then we have to make decisions about who we share it with and how. So, like,
And it'll always come back on you.
It will
always
affect us.
Yeah. Because I told
more than
at
the
least,
person who's doing the bad thing.
Yeah, because I told at least like 10 girls that had happened, and who by, and like, but not who to, and didn't make it public because you're like, I want to warn you, if you work with this person in the future, that you might receive stuff like this.
Yeah.
But also, like, I have to protect the people I care about who shared a vulnerability with me.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
could come back to them and make people not want to work with them.
It's a safety thing. Like, you want to, if there is something unsafe, you want to warn people. There's been multiple, I mean, we're very enmeshed in the scene. We see a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think that people think because, oh, we're just ladies, like, it's what it is, like, whatever, that they can do these bad behaviors in front of us.
Nope,
and think that we're not going to say
1,000%.
anything.
Well, and think
I actually, sorry.
No, hit us.
I was
please.
going to say, because I do go to shows and I go to report on them and cover them and write about my personal experience with them, I like to do a lot of, like, this is how I felt during the show. I I was very gracious that you warned me about certain people. One, because I do work in media and I don't want to cover people that are harassing people or that don't align with my beliefs at all.
And I know you might have to at some point because of a lineup or a festival work with someone who I said it would be ideal to avoid if you could.
And I like that warning.
And I don't hold that against you. I don't hold it against anyone.
Because
it's more
you're not
about
saying, hey, put this person in jail and kill them. You're just saying maybe don't work with them.
I'm saying watch out, that dog bit me one time.
Yeah.
I'm not
And it's
saying it's got to be
helpful.
put down. I'm saying don't make sudden movements near him.
Exactly, and it's helpful for me because I have a lot of time alone with these people. Like I do solo, like I go on my own as a woman because I freelance my music journalism,
And I'll say
I'm
this-
one-on-one with a lot of these men.
You're also like kind of not as public facing. Like your
No.
face is in it a lot, but you do a lot of written and reporting stuff. So that can put you in a vulnerable position too.
1,000%.
Being behind the scenes of stuff as a woman will, again, that visibility is a method of protection for women.
100%. And I take it like when I go to report on a show, people forget that like I'm an observer. I'm there to see everything and I see everything.
Yes.
So there are certain people that they may not have done anything wrong to me or anyone I know, but I see how they treat other people around them or how they act when their friends are on stage or things like that, or the things that they say because I am standing next to them and I hear them shit talking people and I will never cover them and I won't talk to them, and even if it's a group of people, I'll say that they performed, but I give nothing else.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Because they don't deserve
culture.
Well, the tea is too that, like, I mean, you pick your battles. Like, I mean, there's been certain instances that I've seen that I'm like, yeah, I can speak on this. They ain't gonna do shit to me. And then there's other things that I'm like, well, nah, not my dog in the fight. Let me just let it. And we'll have our discussion, but like I'm not gonna do much.
Well,
about
like
it.
everyone at this table is kind of like, hey, I want to get a new guitarist. Here's his name and Instagram profile. Is he clean on your end? It's just like social background checks.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Have
I
you-
start a new job.
Yeah, has this like worked out
OSCN
well
is my
for you and
friend.
stuff?
And also,
so-
I don't want to hire a guitar player that makes Bailey uncomfortable, so Bailey's not going to come to a catwalk show. Like, that's not going to happen.
And I love
and,
that.
And the thing is, like, we're doing this right now. We're about to go play a bunch of shows out of state this month and next month, right? Awesome, so cool. That means we're sharing one bedroom with 3 men that we have just recently met.
Yeah.
Chills.
So you
right,
gotta,
right. So, and that's kind of what you do.
And it's gonna be so hard for them all to fit in the bathtub and sleep.
Sarah and I have the 2 queen beds, and then they're gonna all sleep.
Where y'all gonna sleep? Y'all gonna pay for
in
it.
the shower.
No, and I'm not, and not even to say that like, and it sucks because when we talk about how there are men who are supportive, I don't want men who are supportive of us to have to constantly accommodate or like get less than to make up for what we're getting.
No.
It's more just like, so that's why that's like totally a joke, you know? But it is nice for them to acknowledge like, yeah, you and Sarah will probably crash in the same bed and they can figure it out.
Yes. Yes.
Like, and be respectful about it.
I
And,
do love when we find like the perfect dude bandmates. Because it takes me an hour and a half to get ready for shows, hair, makeup included. And imagine doing that in one bathroom shared with like 5 people. You gotta get comfy fast because my hairdryer is loud. And I have rollers, and I'm gonna look crazy.
Yeah, your hair dryer's loud.
What part is loud? Oh, because I'm talking.
Are you not playing music getting ready? Are you not loud getting ready? I am.
I'm not a music player when I get ready. I like to chit chat with, like, when I don't know. The last couple times that Sarah and I have gone somewhere or like gone to a show, usually we carpool so we can play Beyonce.
Yeah.
We've been really fucking with the Homecoming album.
We've been really.
I mean, who
really
doesn't?
fucking with it. Choreography and everything included. And Sarah's driving, and because I have to get ready, and so that's like our ritual. And previously, like the boys would go in a different car, and I don't know, like talk about the Beatles and jerk off, like something.
Yeah,
Like,
whatever they do.
Specific to the
Whatever
individual
they
boys
do.
we're discussing, not all of them.
Right. Love them down bad. Love them down
But that's exactly
bad.
what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. I think that's. Here's the thing too. It is so special when you find. I didn't grow up with brothers. You did.
I have 3 brothers.
Right. I didn't grow up with brothers, and so like, but I did kind of grow up. I don't know if this is like I'm close to 30, so I don't really know if this is like a cool term or not. Tomboy? Are we allowed to use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Baileyboy is based
Right.
from.
I was a tomboy for
Please.
a really long time, and then when I got into college, I became like a girly girl like that. And now I've just transformed into this like super mega girly girl. But for a long time, I was like, I did not want to wear dresses. I did not want to do any of that bullshit. And so I love having dude bandmates, and especially when they're cool and let me girl out and they don't give a fuck. Well, they don't give a half of our bandmates grew up with like sisters or were so used to it that we don't even phase them. Or even better, and this is like a big prerequisite for me, all of them have long-term partners or have
that they're
lived
so
with
respectful
girls.
of, and we see them be so nice to them.
Right. And A,
it means
those
a lot.
girls, my homegirls. Those girls, the loves of my life. A. B, they're unfazed by it. They live with women. Like, we had a bandmate that, like, me and his girlfriend did our nails together. So unfazed by it because they live together. They're around. So that's, like, a big prerequisite for me because that's going to make me feel safe, that I feel like I can fully be myself, because I can't put on a good show. I can't put on this fully authentic performance if prior to the show I'm having to keep my walls up so I can just get ready. Like, that's not going to work.
It's just if you're feeling judged by people that you're creating with.
Right, how are we going to make good music?
Like, how are you going to be vulnerable?
Right, how are we going to make good music?
Like, you don't have to like want to wear the same thing as me to understand that I'm creating like an imagery that is visual with it. Music videos have existed since as long as we've had the technology to make them. Albums have covers. Don't get mad at me for wanting there to be a visual component to what I'm creating. And I'll throw out that too. The men I've worked with who have been comfortable coordinating like either our gear or what we wear.
Our outfits.
That's invaluable when
when
they understand like the work that frontmen in general have to put into branding and advertising if you're also working as like the manager of your group. It's just helpful for us when I get to color grade our photos after and we were all wearing similar tones, guys.
And we really have to walk away, a step away from the sense. And let me make this so clear. There's not a lot of women in the rock scene. I mean, you're looking at like maybe 3/4 of it. We're missing like 2 people.
You're right.
Well,
you're right.
And there's a lot of them, but again, it gets like generationally divided and then subgroup divided by which niche groups we were like integrated into the scene through. And so it's just hard to connect unless you're deliberate.
In our scene, like sometimes we do have these incredible dude frontmen that come out that can hang with our level.
That do what we're doing.
Right. That come out, that dance, that put on like a show, that have like the
and the way
coordinated
people
whatever.
are so gagged.
They're gagged,
they've never seen it before.
But I've seen their bandmates throw out some really like homophobic shit. Hateful shit because they're like...
One of my friends got so much grief for wearing a crop top, and I'm like, you had 10 screaming girls in the audience who ate that up that I heard talking about it.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
They followed him on Instagram, and then they followed your band. And also, like, when you do that, you're showing, like, or when you're like, oh, because he paints his nails, or because he wears eyeliner, or because he did his hair, and cared about how it looked before the show. Why do you have so much contempt for feminine activities? Why are those feminine in the first place? But why do you hold so much disdain for them?
Right.
Well,
it shows me that you don't like me very much because I'm feminine.
This episode of Rhythm and Wit is brought to you by buymeacoffee.com/rhythmandwit, where you can go and make a $5 donation or possibly more to Rhythm and Wit. It is our way of raising money here on the podcast. And what you do is go on to buymeacoffee.com/rhythmandwit. Check out the link in the description of the video. And then what you do is you can make a donation, which is a cup of coffee. You can make a donation for 1 cup of coffee, which is $5, 10 cups of coffee if you can afford it, which would be amazing.
$50.
Yeah, so it kind of goes from there. And what you also do is when you make the donation, it will allow you to leave a message, and we will read your message here on the show, just like Don bought 3 coffees, and he says, stay caffeinated, fellas.
Hey.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah.
Claybar has a comment. You both rock for highlighting the local community. Keep on showing off what creativity OK has to offer.
All right.
So that's something we love to do.
Claybar?
So, yeah.
Claybar.
So thank you to those 2 donations. And then, yes, if you make your donation, we will shout out your message here on the channel.
Yeah.
So,
we'll say your name. It's super fun.
What other things make it easier to be a woman in the music scene? Thank you. Sorry.
Oh my God, boss ass motherfuckers that play in these other bands, like dope ass motherfuckers.
Can I? Because I haven't spoken in 18 minutes.
She's Capricorn's counting over here.
I was gonna find a way to.
I would love. You want to know my favorite thing?
I would love to know.
This is the best songwriter that I have heard.
True.
in the literal years.
She's an icon.
Like, and my heart is in songwriting. Like, number one, it's performing, and number 1.3, it's songwriting. And so I love, like, my background in music is so deep, so extensive. Yeah, I'm a drummer for, like, other artists, but oftentimes, like, people don't really realize how much else I do.
You do
I'm
a lot.
Also a producer, and I'm also a writer.
Yeah,
And I've
playing
written
guitar and singing. And
I've done
making the
acoustic
demos.
guitar gigs. I do demos for people.
Sarah could run like a whole like production studio too.
I
To
could.
be honest,
I could do everything.
Sarah has been a ghostwriter for a country artist already, and I think that's how she's gonna make her money.
That is
for multiple
Girl,
songs.
I need to
that did
introduce
way
you to
better
this
than
book
every
I'm
other song.
reading.
Yep.
Tino Shade.
It's
Just saying she's good
about
at
one of
it.
the first
She's
female
incredible.
audio technicians in the industry, and it like explores different.
Who was it?
Honestly, I haven't read past the first chapter,
All right,
but it's really
cool.
good.
I
I liked the first chapter. I'm so sorry. I haven't picked up a book in over a year.
No, it's
and that
okay.
was the only book I picked
Amen.
up. Actually.
I feel
How
that.
dare
and
you
that's
be
a great one.
working? How dare you be booked and busy?
It's about like because she actually ended up becoming a neuroscientist, and so it's how like the psychology of why we listen to the music that we listen to.
There's a good chance I've read it, writing papers on it when I was in school.
Probably.
Because there's not a lot of resources out there like that.
No, it's
And-
it's really good so far.
I'll say we also all reference things from when we were like 14-ish about what made us want to do like rock as a genre. And I'll be nerdy for a second. This is like everyone knows this thing, but your brain when you're like 14 or 13 receives music you like kind of like cocaine.
Oh,
Like it's and it rewires you and like changes your preference for music for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So like whenever kids are finding themselves when they're in their early teenage years and it's like your peak just a phase time.
That's why I never left the emo phase.
That's actually
Me
like,
listening
and
to
that's why
Neutral Milk Hotel.
everyone listens to stuff from their high school years with nostalgia and a little bit of like, and why it cycles back around 20 years when the people who listen to it are now in their 30s making the music.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
it's so
that's
fun.
so interesting.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
that
goodness.
big thing for me is like, and maybe it's kind of corny to say, but it really is like the love of the game. And when I get to see people like Bailey, and no tea, no shade, it is like rare for me to like go sit in a venue and really be moved by an artist.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
Bailey's
fair though.
one of those people who will do that. Where
Every
I'm like,
time.
that's a good song. Not only are you a good performer, that's a song, bitch.
Sarah's the only. I just
That's a
need to
song.
because I need to reciprocate that Sarah's the only drummer that I play with besides Tyler. Like the only
bless you,
drummer I play
Tyler.
with besides Tyler in maybe years, other than maybe like Tom. As well, because he knows what he's doing and been doing a minute, and we played before Tyler. But just in the sense of like when we go on tour, if Tyler's sick, if we need a second, if we need to record, like Sarah is who I would call my top choice
You're
for
that girl.
everything of that. Yeah,
The
she is that
coolest
girl.
thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna talk about you too. The coolest thing that I've ever seen was when at Norman Music Fest last year. We went to. It was like one of the last sets of the night. Actually, I think it was the last set
It
of the night.
was.
It was. At,
I know
it was at
exactly
Blue
what you're
Bonnet.
talking. Yes, I was
This-
there.
This fucking building was packed. The fuck
yeah.
out.
I was in the
Wall
arms of
to
strangers.
wall.
I found out
Wall
it was.
to
I found out
wall.
it was 1 in, 1 out for our show. It was capacity,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
intimidating.
It was incredible, and like Bailey gets on stage and watching this happen, like she had people literally eating out of her hands.
Yes.
It was the
Hey.
craziest thing
Yep.
I've ever seen, and it's shit like that where I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, do I want that for myself? Totally. Have I had those moments? Absolutely. It's so cool seeing it happen for your friends
Yeah.
too. Like that is some shit that like you can't even fathom.
because when you're in it, you're not stepped back. Like you're in it. Like
Yeah.
you're full throttle. You're holding
Yeah.
the wheel.
Yeah.
You're like holding the hands of the people who are in it with
Yeah.
you.
You
And
can see that it's a big crowd, but like you just said,
You're
you
so
didn't
focused on
realize
your
you're at
thing.
capacity. You don't
No.
realize what actually really is happening.
But when I'm at one of y'all's shows and I see you taking it, what gets me is the thoughtfulness. Like I'll feel really driven to, like you said, the love of the game. I feel driven to up my craft. Like I'll
Yeah.
see even just like hand gestures on certain words, like a riff at the end of a line that I hadn't heard you do before, and I see someone in the audience put their eyebrows back because of it. Like that kind of like that lights me up. It
Yeah.
drives the fire in me too. So
Yeah.
anyway, y'all made me feel so special. Y'all, I was so bullied in middle school. I can't believe women accept me as an adult.
All right, at this table, though, raise your hand if you were bullied in middle school.
Hey, where you at, Maggie? Where you at, girl?
Maddie's gonna
calling
beat
it
down
out.
your door. She's gonna burn down your
Hey,
house.
Charlie.
I have braces and they call me Shara.
They called you what?
Shara. Because I had a list for like 5 seconds. right when I got it all put in because I had a big appliance and shit.
Oh my god.
Here's the
That's
cool thing, too.
diabolical.
Knows.
That's
I
diabolical.
feel very fortunate, not to brag, no offense. I feel very fortunate that I get to play with another woman in my band.
Yes.
My favorite moment. Oh, stop! I'll tear up. My literal favorite moment that we have on stage. There will be certain songs where I will turn around. I don't know how I started doing it. I think it's because Sarah bitched enough that nobody was looking at her on stage.
I did.
I
did.
love
I
turning
felt
to
very
face
disconnected.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
like,
love
you can
facing the
never see the
drummer.
drummer.
Yes,
I love when
but
the
we will
drummer,
have
like,
moments,
down
and
the front.
I've noticed it more specifically like the last couple months of shows where like you will be doing something. I'm not singing, but we're like moving in sync, and we will catch each other's eyes, and there will be like this one moment where almost like we are communicating telepathically. It is the coolest shit, and I do some of that with the guys, not to the same level. And I think it's because
when
this
you're
is,
rocking
like,
on a halftime back and forth like
Yes,
this, and Sarah's
yes,
with you flipping her
yes.
because she flips her hair while she's playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit is dope as fuck.
Badass.
But it's not the same with my I have moments with my guys, but they have to be really in it. 9 times out of 10, they're somewhere else. This is like our baby. Like Diva is our everything. And so when we're on stage and we have those moments together, it's almost like the little hidden string is like you can see it fully attached.
Yeah,
Dope as fuck. Dope as fuck.
Because I would say I have that string with the guys in my band, like because like I really feel like we get each other creatively and feed off each other well with energy. Like I said, I'd be turning around and singing to Tyler sometimes. Like I've had some guys clearly be a little bit like, stop turning around. But I'll say that it's different when we were singing at OKC too. When we play, because Maddy and I do a pop punk cover band together sometimes whenever we have time.
members.
Never.
And guitarists.
And
Which,
members.
by the way, where the fuck are all the guitars?
Yeah, if you're-
there's something you can do, men.
if you
Start
wanna- I
playing
told
guitar.
y'all I will play rhythm guitar for Emo KC.
I will
Really?
say,
I really will.
I'll
hired.
just say this.
I
I,
really
don't
will.
understand how y'all took y'all became the poster children for the pop punk genre, and now I can't find any of y'all that want to play it. Come on, guys, play it with.
That's something men can do is pick up your fucking guitar and get in the garage. Like, that's something you can do for me.
We have enough lawyers. We have enough doctors. What we don't have
We
is
don't need
guitar
any
players.
astronauts.
We need a bat, y'all.
I don't need another bartender. I'll tell you that much. I don't need another bartender. I don't need
And
another
also-
back of house.
Also, bassists are guitarists.
We're
bassists
swimming.
are guitarists.
We're swimming in bassists right now.
Yeah.
I
That's-
need
that
one of y'all to pick
happens.
up an electric.
That's because it's funky. It's fine. It's
You
fine.
know, and is it? Let me know.
So I know we're giving advice to men to pick up a guitar. Please, guys,
Please.
do it. But I would love to know
Revolutionary.
what advice that you guys have for women wanting to join this industry. And I'd like to have Kat start it off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you've been quiet.
Yes.
It's I mean, also pick up a guitar.
Pick up a
Because
guitar.
also I would rather play with women in my band as
I
much
was
as
about to say you
possible.
mainly have a male band.
I always do my best, but often it's not like they're so hard to find, but when you do find one, they're so fucking busy because they're in 5 bands already. So like I've had more than one, like we're texting and we're trying and we're running dates and it like falls apart and it's just not happening. But
Been there.
yeah, my advice is just so much like do it yourself, because I'm sure I wasted a lot of time thinking that stuff was like out of my realm, stuff like math, that's out of my realm.
Yeah.
GarageBand, not.
No.
You know,
You're very
like
good at GarageBand.
there are a lot of things that I just felt like, well, the guys can do this and like I just do my part or whatever, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, stuff like GarageBand, like produce your own demos.
Yes.
Literally produce your own
Learn
demos.
how to
That
do
anytime
everything.
I've had a few like girls who've reached out to me like earlier into the scene or whatever, and we meet up for coffee, and that's always what I end up. I'm like, here's how you use GarageBand. Like here's how you do this. Like whatever, it don't have to be GarageBand, whatever it is, but like that's free. So that's what I tell people to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't waste time waiting on other people, dudes or other girls, to do it. Figure out how to do it yourself. Even if you don't think it's very good, you don't think it's perfect, it also doesn't fucking matter. Like, no one's going to listen to that drum and be like, that's a computer. Like, it's music, sound good.
Yeah.
All that matters. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't. And if someone is being that picky about it, then they're not your fan anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my advice is, like, you're not going to do it wrong.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it wrong. That's
It's a
always
demo.
It's a demo.
it's a demo.
Let it be a
Always
demo.
Let it be a demo.
when I taught this like songwriting class up at UCO, I think in Tulsa. And that was like, that's always my assignment for someone is I say, okay, everybody go write a bad song. Everybody go write a bad, and then every single time they come back and they're like, so I tried and I ended up kind of liking it. I'm like, yeah, it's actually really hard to write a bad song. But like, if that's where your starting point is, make a bad demo. Try and record yourself playing a bad guitar solo. Like, start there. Don't wait on anyone ever.
Yeah.
People are gonna buy it if you're selling it.
I think that's so important in anything with music. Learn how to do it yourself before you have someone else.
You don't have to be the best in the
You don't-
world
it
for
doesn't have to be
but
good.
know what you're talking about.
Know what you're talking about. There's so much value also when you do go to hire someone to do something to know what you want and to know what they're doing.
Because they're
know
just
what you're
going to do
hiring.
what they want.
Exactly. Know what you're hiring
They're
people
going
to do.
try to do what they want,
Yes.
even if you know what you want. You're gonna have to know enough to even advocate for what you want, which is hard.
Because you're going to end up doing something like hiring someone to master a song and you're going to pay them $100 and they're going to put a stock plugin on it that you could have done
Did
yourself.
I spend 15 minutes saying that I could hear compression on what was supposed to be my raw vocal until the person actually admitted that they had put compression over the entire track?
Yeah.
So they had to remove that. And I was like, hey, also, by the way, don't compress my entire track when we haven't even recorded anything.
Yeah.
And even that, like, they did great work. They do great work. But I just mean that specific instance, you're like, I just, you have to trust your ear. And in that environment where someone is not listening to you or trusting you for what you're asking, even if it's not because I'm a woman, it has been because I'm a woman. So I can't write it off.
And whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever
Yeah.
reason they're not taking you seriously, they're not
They
gonna.
still have to take
you
me
still have
seriously.
to, even if you don't know what it is, you're like, I feel like there's something on my vocal, but I don't know what it is. Say it. Say it every time. I've wasted so much money on recordings that were not very good because they kept saying, we'll fix that in post. We'll do whatever. And I'm like, you're the producer. You know what you're talking about. But I'm like, no, I'm also not stupid. I'm not going to record my vocals with everything, with the fucking fan on in the room.
Yeah.
And I kept, I'm like mentioning it.
Because I had
Dude
to edit
is
audio for my podcast. And
dude's high as fuck and just being like, it's fine. It's
It's
we'll
not.
like fix
It's
it.
not,
And then
though.
the
Sorry.
recording is so bad. And I'm like, shit. And I'm still trying. I'm like, maybe we can just re-record those. And he's like, I think that you just like, you want something that I can't provide. I'm like, a clean vocal take?
Apparently.
Apparently.
turn the AC off.
Apparently.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's
And
the
I'll-
thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that. And also, like, I think you can put stuff out even if it's not 100%, like, you're happy with it, especially if it's something you made, because then you can look back at it at points. But I think that if you're, like, young and starting out with it, there can be a lot of pressure to be successful while you're young, especially if you're a feminine person. Like, it feels like there's a time limit. Like, when I say people in their 30s making music that they heard when they were 14, like, even our local scene would love us to stay home once we're 28. You know, they would love for us to stay home at a certain point. And I can't help but feel like if you need us to be at the very beginning of adulthood, that's not great.
No.
Like, your motivations can't be great for that.
No.
If me being more experienced and better at what I'm doing, more knowledgeable, is a problem for you or a detriment.
Means you don't want to work with me as much.
Yeah, well, and it means, like, why are you working with who you work with?
Why are you working
Because
with people with no
I've
experience?
been trying to
so you
do
can take
this since
advantage
I
of them?
was, I've been doing this since I was 14.
Yeah.
Playing music and performing live and running sound. It's been the job that I've carried throughout all of the other side stuff I've done. This is the big boy. And like, I'm happy that none of that got to be like atmospheric level, like, popular the way I would have wanted it to when I was 15 and putting it out. Because now I listen and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And like, like, a kid made it, and so, like, of course it sucks. Like, a kid made it, like, and I've gotten better. I actually like my own art now.
Yeah.
And like, I think that that's part of it, is to understand that other people might like your art before you do.
Yes.
But like, if you're not getting the type of success that you want to get, like, you're not running out of time. You're honing your
Never.
craft.
You're honing your craft.
And like,
So many artists that we love, really,
they're
I
older than
sometimes-
you think they
they're
are.
older than you think they are. Sometimes I have to, like, bring myself back down to earth and Google, like, okay, how old was this person that I admire so deeply when they started this, and they're older than I am right now. Like, for example, my big band has always been My Chemical Romance. They started that band when Gerard Way was 28. I'm 27. I just turned 27.
And we all
they
assumed they were
started.
teenagers
Yeah,
because
you
we
think-
were teenagers
exactly.
listening to it, but they were
Yes.
grown.
No, they were grown adults, which makes some of the
Which
shit
was
they do anymore.
well,
but
but it
Speaking of
also
Warped Tour.
but it also explains but it also explains some too of like sometimes like you're making music for like a demographic or group of people that you might not even currently belong in and you
Yeah.
don't realize
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Like I processing a lot of the sounds and emotions from when we were younger. I make music sometimes that I'm like, man, when I was 18, I would have eaten this up. And now
Yeah.
it's like my sixth favorite song
Right.
that we perform.
right.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
Here's my thing too, and like this is the biggest piece of advice that I could give to anybody younger than me, older than me, in the same age that wants to jump into this scene. And this is gonna sound so rich coming from somebody in a band called Diva, you have to be a friend to all. You really have to make friendships. I can't tell you how many rooms I have gotten in because I have invited people to parties. And I'm not talking ragers. I'm talking like Friendsgiving. I'm talking like, hey, why don't you come over and sit around my fire pit kind of shit. Like it has done wonders. My big mantra for last year that I'm carrying into this year too is that if you want a village, you have to be a villager.
Yes.
And I think that oftentimes in this scene, we always think of like, what can I get? What can I get? How can I get ahead?
Artists are individualistic by nature.
We are,
That's
especially
part
lead
of our
singers.
appeal.
Yeah.
Especially lead singers. I mean, it comes with the territory, but I mean, just as simple as when remembering people, start striking up conversations with other bands that you were playing with. Like having human connections to people in the scene will get you everywhere you need to be.
Genuine
And
connections
genuine
too. Yes.
connections, not transactional, not like I'm going to be nice to this person just so they can do something for me in the future.
There's
like,
a way to network correctly. Yeah.
Yes, there
Yes.
is. And building those friendships and building that true love of other people, because then your shows are filled with people that care about you.
Yes.
And then the people that care about you put you in front of other people. And being in
Yes.
communities of the most random extent. I think I've talked to somebody. We talked about this to somebody at Plaza Fest. But, when I go to festivals like that, I look around at all these different people I know from all these just different random ass facets, like art and photography and physical art. Like I used to take like a ceramics class, not for any fucking reason.
I never picked up those ceramics.
Girl, I didn't either.
I hope that
but-
someone enjoys that turtle. I was really proud of it.
But, like those communities have led me to other communities that like when we need album art, when we need
Yes.
logos,
Yes, I have seen
when
that,
we
yes.
need photographers,
Speaking
when
of,
we need
I need to hit y'all up about a personal videographer
Right,
task after
exactly,
this. And
exactly.
And I'll say too, just to throw out there, Maddy is good with people. Like
Maddie's real good with
even
people.
Love people.
any diva reputation aside, you are very very good with people. You are.
That's one person. That don't count. That don't count.
But I'm not as like socially adept, I think, as you are. I
Same.
thrive much more on a one-to-one setting. I think I'm like, as much as I want to be big and ego on stage, like you said, like you come in and people expect you to be bubbly and then you're not and they hate it. Sometimes I come in and like, I am pretty bubbly.
Yeah.
I'm a very bubbly person. And then I get on stage and I start screaming. And then when my sound is wrong, I'm like, do you need me to fix it for you?
Oh my god,
And
the
they're
funniest thing I've ever seen. Can we pause for a second? Can I tell this fucking story?
I don't mind.
We played a show together with Emo
I know
KC,
this.
and this sound guy was fucking our shit.
He was very
up.
drunk.
Very drunk, fucking our shit up. And these are some big old songs.
He kept turning up our mics and the monitors, and then it would feed back. So then
And we
he would
couldn't
turn
hear.
down our mics and the monitor, but then we couldn't hear. So we would move our mics, and he would see that. So then he would turn us up in the monitor, and it would feed back. And then he
Right.
would turn. So it was and I was watching him do it.
Well, and and for all those listening that maybe have not had a ton of experience with women singers, the notes and the range that we were singing in aren't necessarily easy. Especially in rock, we're doing a lot of belting. It's
You're
a lot.
harmonizing. You need to hear each
It's
other.
a lot of strain.
And we're
it's
doing
a lot of pushing.
two vocals at the same time. We're swapping between who's doing harmony and melody.
Big.
So like when we set up, we told him like, hey, just so you know, don't adjust the volume of our mics and the monitors for like who's singing harmony or melody. We're gonna use mic etiquette.
Yep.
Like
So what he
like
do?
the professionals we
What
are.
did he do? Fucked it up. And we get 3 songs in, and Bailey like times out the set and goes, "Do you need me to come back there and fix it?" And that was the. I was like,
I didn't do that. I said, "Can you come here for a second?" And he goes, tell me over the mic. And I go, "I don't think you want me to. Do you really want me to say it over the mic?"
Oh, I love me some Bailey. I love.
I was trying to be professional and respectful and pull you up and let you know that you were messing up and you were messing up our show. And I'll say this too, when we say we can't hear ourselves on stage, when I say that singing is a sport, when I say it's athletic and you're physical, it will wreck my voice, give me permanent damage that will compromise my future career as of my show in 3 days, as of my show in 3 years. I won't be able to do the same stuff I want to do if I am hurting myself because I can't hear myself.
Right.
And so no one is perfect, but all of that to say, you know, they really do not like whenever they find out that I've been doing this a hot minute and I don't suffer fools. Because they're like, but you're in pigtails.
And but see, that's a great segue, a great circle back to why you want to make friends in the scene, because we do sit around and kiki about shit like that. We really do sit around and go, do you remember that one time that we played this show and this person? And
boys do that too.
And I know they do.
They just don't talk. They just don't admit it. But they go get pizza after the show, and they stand outside, and I watch them talking, and they go and stand in the middle of the dance floor and talk during my set about it.
You do. You got to make friends. It's so invaluable. And I mean, like, the thing is that this can be a very lonely career, and this can be. I can't take them anywhere. I really can't. I really can't. This could be. Listen. Sometimes there has been multiple times this year when all I had were my friends and music, and all I had were moments on stage and my art and my songs and whatever. And you want friends to be there. Actually, Bailey was there at one of like the most pivotal moments in the last couple of years for me.
And you weren't playing; you were running the show.
I was.
It was like the first show that we were involved in.
I was stage managing. What did I do?
You were. I think you were stage managing.
Was I stage managing?
Yeah.
There used to be this company called So Far Sounds.
They're still doing it, but not in OKC.
They're not doing it in OKC.
They closed their OKC chapter, but
which
still.
Rest in peace. So Far Sounds, if you're listening, bring that shit back. That shit was so much fun.
It wasn't good because they started it in OKC right after COVID. They got like a misrepresentation of our scene. I hope that they try again in a couple years.
I hope so too, because
that was really fun.
The girl that ran it, Alyssa, she was just
so nice,
fabulous. She was fabulous,
and she was good at her job.
Oh, she was incredible.
She's one of those girls I sat in a coffee shop with and was like, download GarageBand.
Oh, was she really? Oh, I love her. I love me some Alyssa. Okay, so we used to do. So I emceed for them for a while, and Bailey came and we played this crazy ass show in this crazy ass place. Actually, we had to cut the show short because it was such a crazy
space.
Well,
it ended up being a cappella space for it too. So we were playing like guitar and singing with no
it was
mic,
wild,
with, like a light thing. It was fun and it was intimate, but it was a surreal environment, which did not help with.
No. So, okay, so we're sitting at this table and we're chit-chatting and I'm telling Bailey, I'm like, oh, we should start at like an emo cover band, women-led. Like, we should do like emo nights. She's like, that's a great idea. And then, shit you not, like clockwork, I get a phone call from my parents. Stream the Knife. You can listen to the real audio voicemails because they're in our song. But I get 2 voicemails or 2 phone calls from my parents and they actually get divorced. Or they don't get divorced. They announce that they are getting divorced while I'm at work. And I come back inside and I sit down at this table with Bailey and I go, well, I guess we really got to start this band now because my parents just called me to tell me they're getting divorced. And let me tell you, like,
I'm like, yeah, we need an emo band. It's
yeah. There's a certain kind of evil that comes with like family eruptions in your late 20s, but it was a very, very long haul. The whole process, the last couple of years have been, I mean, tremendous for everybody. I mean, I think that these, the older you get, the worse life gets, right? And I think that we all,
the faster it throws it at you,
right? And I think we are all experiencing that at the same level and at the same age, and so it has been like a blessing beyond blessings, a gift beyond gift to have those kind of friendships in the music scene that we can all create art together. And that's why you got to make friends, because without that you were just singing songs out loud, and that's all well and good, but you're not going to get where you want to be if you don't have your core group, your community that rides for you just as hard as you ride for your own music.
1,000%.
Yeah. And it's really, 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 really important.
This is a community event. Like, it's not just us performing in empty rooms. Like, you really have to, and people who pay to come to our shows, like, you got to give them something for being there. And obviously it's a performance, but in terms of like a long-term relationship, I mean, not to make a lame comparison maybe, but like like if you're working like cosmetology, like you obviously have like you're trying to make cool art and artistic looks and hair every cut that you do, but then you develop relationships with certain clients where you're kind of having a journey of their hair with them. We have people in the scene who are other musicians and also just like people who listen that I feel like we've been going on journeys in our life and privy to, and like that makes you connect. Like when Sarah's like, oh, I connect to your music. When we went on that road trip, we got a lot in common.
Yeah.
We got a lot in common. You know?
Yeah.
So like of course you connect, and like I don't know, like I said, I'm not as good socially as you are. So I make sure connections. I think that I like you. I think I like you, Maddy.
I'd say first best, second best. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I think everyone here has a different strength in the PR team, okay, guys? I think we're all running different.
Well, and it helps in Diva, too, because Sarah will set up the gear and I'll go talk to everybody.
Yeah.
it's my dream,
Yeah.
and I love it.
That's beautiful.
I know, literally. You know what's crazy, too, is that I've had actual conversations with my husband and been like, okay, so wherever we move, we will have to cross-check through Sarah, because I can't get rid of Diva, and so wherever we all have to move together.
Yeah.
There's a real chance that we might get a house and then have to get like a guest house that Sarah lives in.
But
It's
and
me,
would that not be
Elijah,
ideal?
Yeah,
and
that sounds
Maddy.
good.
I would do that with you.
100%.
Commune
would make
moment.
music.
Commune moment.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like,
we'd
not
be giving
culty.
Addison Ray a run from her money if
you
we
say
lived
commune?
together.
Yeah,
Commune.
we're gonna
In the kitchen at 6 a.m. making
We'll
beats.
garden back.
And
Yeah.
you guys technically all
Those
contribute
bunk ass
'cause you're all in the band
harmonies, and we're
together.
high as fuck.
Yeah. And you know what? The dogs can go live with you.
No, Troy's like, it's so good. It's so
allergic.
good. Record it.
Joyce, you're doing so
Okay.
good, honey.
No, I
Just
love
to
them.
kind of get us all back on track. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize because I literally started it. I'm actually the one that started the one off about communes and clubs. So
No.
um,
This is so much fun. We could do this for like 4 more hours.
I literally yes.
Next Sunday?
Yes.
Next Sunday?
See y'all.
So we now have a monthly segment on Rhythm and Wit where we just start shit. Actually, you
You
know
heard
what?
that here, David.
We could do the reality
about to say
bug
David's the
tease,
last to
but
know.
It's just shit in the music scene, and each month we come in and
Honestly,
be
I
like,
could probably be
here's
used to
what
it.
I heard.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
here's the
every time.
cliffhanger. Sarah, I know you gave my soup a 0.
Okay, so circling back to creating your community.
No. They have to continue watching it in the next reunion.
Yeah. To learn more about the Real Housewives.
They don't get to know
That
what
is
we're
so
talking
funny.
about.
And she really
It's
did.
not about the soup, Sarah.
She really did. So I started a movie night with like 2 of my friends, and then like slowly but surely we've like added everybody, anybody.
leaks, is what I think.
I know. I said I'll put chicken nuggets in it next time.
Oh!
I'm like witnessing something like
All right.
so.
So
I'm like, just-
we started this group, and slowly but surely we keep adding
Trying to
people
get
to
this on
it.
Bravo. Come on, guys.
Yeah, and we decided we've been working our way through movies, and so first we were working our way through the Twilight series. On the last of the Twilight series, we decided we were going to do a Super Bowl where each of us brought a soup, and then Sarah was going to judge it.
Okay.
I got second
No,
place.
we
not to
all
brag.
judged. Everyone got to judge and grade. Sarah was designated judge because she didn't bring a soup but got an opinion anyway.
Yep. Listen, I just got off of tour and
enjoyer
I
of
had to
soup,
work.
though. Are you like a strong enjoyer of soup?
I love soup.
Okay.
And I make great soups. I would have brought a bomb ass chicken enchilada soup.
She
That
keeps
would've-
saying she's going to
Ooh,
bring all this
that
bomb
sounds
shit,
delicious.
and then I never see it. She also mentioned, you know what? I'm going to
impressed
make
this year.
Come
I'm gonna
back
make
next
you and
season.
Elijah cinnamon rolls. Girl, ask me where they are.
Next season.
Okay, ask me why I didn't.
On
Why?
Oklahoma
'Cause
City
you said
Divas.
I'm making cinnamon rolls. Bitch. I told you I was going to make cinnamon rolls for Christmas, and here you are making cinnamon rolls twice in 1 week.
Hey Sarah,
No, I'm
did
not
you know
doing it
that?
anymore.
Sarah, did you know that I made cinnamon rolls for Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you want to know something about Bailey? And this, let me circle back to community. I tell everybody that'll listen, new people. First of all, I tell everybody that I meet that's new in the scene. I either recommend you or Bailey. Never usually together because there's 2 separate reasons, right?
Okay.
Okay, so, but I do tell people, like, you do need to meet Bailey because Bailey is going to do everything for you. She can write music. She can also fix your sink. She can
Thank
also,
God that's not why you recommend me.
she can do everything
Don't give
for
out
you.
my phone number. At the end of this.
She is an incredible songwriter, but she can also fix your sink. She also has like 19,000 recipes for stuff. If you need to learn how to sew, you need to call Bailey. If you want to learn how to, like, I don't know, fucking build a barn,
She
you call
taught me
Bailey.
something about air conditioners while we were
Right. So, like, if I need somebody to tell me how to do some shit, I'm gonna call Bailey. Like, Bailey knows how to do.
That's on autism. nepotism.
Bailey knows how to do everything. I can't find
That's
something
that
you don't know
redneck
how to
woman. Yeah.
do. I'm saying from Frogville.
I ain't a high class bro.
No, you ain't.
And why do you recommend Kat for things?
Yes.
Because low key, here's the thing.
Because
Kat,
Kat has the information.
yes, Kat
She's
knows
smart.
everything.
She does.
Kat is
Kat
so
knows
smart.
everything about everything and
Yes.
everyone.
Well, because
Yes.
she's so smart. Because she'll
Yes.
take a situation and then that she like experienced or whatever, and when you come to her with her problem, she's able to draw connections between
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
so well.
Yes.
It's
This
because
is actually
I watch
so
a lot
true.
of Housewives.
Yes.
We
I've
talked
seen
about that on
every
my
possible
podcast, yes.
situation ever play out. So.
And also just because too, I go to Kat for aesthetic cohesion. Like when I'm working on like my front facing brand and I'm like, this
Yeah.
color, how do we feel about it?
Yeah.
Also, kind of random, but kind of on. Someone that you recommended to me, this girl Delaney, hit me up.
I love
And
Delaney.
no, well, get this. She messaged me just randomly. He's like, "Hey, I just like met this girl Maddy, and she told me that, and she's like, I'm having some health problems, and she told me to like reach out to you or whatever." And so, we like get it booked. It was like around Halloween or something, so it like took a while. By the time we actually met, she's like, I'm like, so what is your health problem, and she's like, I actually got diagnosed like 2 days ago, and it's the exact same diagnosis that and we even see the same specialist up in Tulsa.
See,
What?
We both
That's insane.
we both have Ehlers-Danlos, and it was like, oh my god.
That's insane.
I'll also say out
Where's
there,
my shawty then?
I'll say out
Yeah,
there
working
too.
on it. Find me a Crohn's baddie,
I'm gonna just go
please.
out there too. And when she talks about having EDS and being like a baddie and stuff and being on stage and doing all that, there's a reason why when I've been complaining a little bit about some of the DIY venues and the accommodations, because I want my friend to be able to come to my shows.
She really
And I want
holds that torch for me.
And I really want my friend to be able to play shows. I love going to your shows, and I love it. And also like I work day jobs, as you know. Recently had a day job where I was standing outside for like an hour at a time, as you do. It was cold. But the last couple of days on it, we had been debating bringing out like lawn chairs and like whether or not we should ask. And eventually I brought them out because I'm like, you know what? Actually, this is an accommodation. It is like a physical wear on us, and it's not necessary for the job for us to be standing.
Yeah.
Like, the job that we could do sitting. And I was like, we're kind of advocating for everyone around us and everyone after us when we get stuff that's for our benefit. So even if you don't consider yourself someone who needs accommodations, even if you want them, go and ask for them from venues so that it normalizes people needing them.
Yeah.
Like if you want a chair at the venue and there isn't one, ask the bartender if they have some in the back. Normalize it.
Yeah.
Bring it out, because there are people who have like been punished in like, whether that they weren't able to participate, unintentionally punished, or like socially catch flack for needing stuff that really should not be a harsh
It shouldn't
ask.
be a burden either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Music
shouldn't feel
is
like that.
music is a universal thing. Like it's not like you have to be able-bodied and look like this and do like this and do whatever. Like that's not what music is about. I mean, hell, y'all, Stevie Wonder can't see. What? Nobody's
I'm
saying
saying,
anything about
it's
that.
not like I'm saying like art and creativity has often been the voice of people who are disenfranchised or at a disadvantage. So artists are going to be people who are more likely to be oppressed or disabled in some way, and then they ask us to carry a drum kit up 3 stairs and stand on concrete.
For real.
For hours.
For
And you get
hours.
like, I used to be, we're talking about community and like being at the shows and stuff. And I used to be, I've been doing this for like 10 years. Crotchety. But I used to be like such a person who's like, I am staying for every other band. I'm standing in the front row. I am dancing. I am clapping. Like I really, and I still want to be that person. And I literally physically can't anymore. And it does suck that like, I guess that's why you got to have like your people already and your relationships built, that like y'all aren't going to get mad if I'm like, I listened to last time we played a show together. By the time you went on, I was like, I can't stand up. And I sent you a video of In the Green Room. I was like, it sounds so good from in here, girl. I was like, I'm so glad.
It be like that. Like it's like that's
Because
just
the
our
only
community.
chair is in the green room. Is the only chair I can put my feet up in the whole place. And like, I hardly play shows anymore for that reason, because it does. And it's like, you don't want to be the person to have to advocate for yourself every time. It feels embarrassing when you're already like, I wish I felt better. And I'm like, I'm lightheaded. I'm not in the headspace to go try and find a chair right now. I just want to go.
Well, and what can be frustrating about it is that if an indie band full of guys wanted to drag a couch up onto the stage for a show to make a cool setting, most venues would welcome that with open arms. But if I want to bring in like accommodations for the people who are coming, sometimes they'll tell me no, or I'll need to get approval beforehand. And like I'll even say, I work with this venue. I really really like this venue. This was a sound person who I only worked with one time at this venue, and I haven't seen them there since. So I'm not going to tell about who it was. But I let them know that I had a friend who was sensitive to strobes and seizures at the show during sound check, and said, can you please not have any strobes tonight? I know that that's a common thing for the venue. I love the lights here. It's so pretty. It's so cool. Please don't have any strobes at our shows. That's a new accommodation that I need to protect my friends. And quite frankly, it made me examine like the inaccessibility of a lot of how we present our DIY shows.
They don't even. They're supposed to have a sign if they're like, the show contains strobes.
Well, we had an Emo KC show one time. We're at a venue, and there was a kid in the front row who was losing his mind supporting us, and he and his friend were doing so great. Oh yeah. And then they started doing strobe lights during our thing, which we'd not even gotten to do a sound check. Like we got up there and we played. They did not even let us. The one in the concrete room with the sound booth in the back through the glass.
Oh,
Yeah. And so one of the people up front, his friend immediately, when the strobe started, covered up his friend's eyes, like started shielding him, like pulling, and he started doing this, and he's yelling like, no lights. And so I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, I can tell what this is going on. So I'm like, hey, cut the strobes into the mic, and I'm like, no more strobes. We have seizure sensitivity, no more strobes. And so then in future shows, it's impactful. Like I was on stage while someone had to defend themselves against part of my art, whether the sound guys want to view it that way.
Even though you're not running lights.
And they look to me to advocate for them because I have the platform. Literally, I'm on the stage. And so I asked this venue to please have no strobes, and they didn't. But during our set, but later in the night, I noticed they were using them for other artists, and I was featured on one of the artists' songs. I came up and sang with them, and they did strobes obnoxiously throughout the entire time I was up there, so that my friend had to leave and go outside for that song, which they had stayed for another set to watch. And I get that it was just some punk little dude who thought that he was proving a point and being bitchy, and he's like, well, I didn't play them during your set. You don't get to dictate what we do with other people's sets. And I'm like, yeah, you're so cool and edgy. And your name's on the list.
Come again.
And your name's on the list in my notes app now. You were intentionally disrespectful. I looked at you while you were at the booth. I saw you do it while I was on stage. I had a conversation with you person to person. It's so disrespectful. You made my friend's safety at risk.
Well, that's the other thing that I feel like people don't realize is most of the time y'all are performing in a bar. People are drunk. People are not always as aware of their surroundings. Like I go to shows, I go sober. One, for my own personal safety because I do always
you're
sleep
working
late.
like we
are. And because I'm working, but the people around me aren't, and the people around me are drunk. And if someone collapses on the floor, like. And there's a mosh pit, like God forbid. Like I've been caught in a mosh pit and punched in the face by a grown man.
Yes.
And like
we have the rule no fists at the pit because we do hardcore shows sometimes. And we love to say as a band, throw ass, not hands.
Yeah.
Like because quite frankly, I'm like, there should be more dancing and less fighting in a pit.
Yes.
And you can call me lame and you can call me soft and you can do whatever you want to. It's called a pit, not a fight club.
No, literally.
If you are drawing blood, you are doing something wrong. And crowd killers target small women.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like men target small women. I won't even go on a mosh pit anymore.
Other men will acknowledge that they do this and target small women. And I'll tell you all this.
And they laugh about it.
And I'll say this to anyone who wants to be a crowd killer who definitely is not listening to 2 hours of women talk.
No
one who needs this message is here right now. But to say, I saw an older guy at a show. He was much older. He was there with his also adult son at an old school hardcore show. This guy was a crowd killer. He was running into people, including me, on purpose. And he ended up catching the back of the head of this big guy who turned around and put an elbow to the back of his neck about 8 times until he collapsed on the ground, and they dragged him out. And then he turned around and bowed and said, "The pit's open." And then they did the rest of it. So just so y'all know, if anyone ever catches at our show, like everyone in my band has said, we will sacrifice our instruments to take out a fucking crowd killer.
Right.
No,
We don't. You will be safe at my show. And another thing, if you're unsafe at any of our shows ever, you have permission to come up on stage and tug on my sleeve. Like you, like do what you need to be safe and let me know.
I got the mic.
Well, someone said a slur at our show, and I'm like, cut the music. And I'm over the mic, like, kick them out. Give them their money back if they want it, but
comedians
kick 'em out.
can do it. Why can't you
We
guys?
can do it, too.
One time at a So Far Sound show, I was emceeing, and I was wearing low-key a low-cut top. But my boss loved it. My boss was like, you look so cute. Like, who gives a fuck? I'm on stage, and can I say, let me give another shout out. Mallory fucking Eagle. Mallory Eagle. Baby, if you're watching this, I love your ass. She was playing that night, and I was introducing her, and there was a group of rowdy people. It was at a bar. Go figure. And actually, the people that owned the bar, it was their group of friends. So they should have known better. And this group...
Now they feel like they're entitled. Special.
Yeah, and they didn't like the fact that we were doing a show because they were going to do like a whiskey tasting or some fuck shit. And it was loud or whatever. I get on there, I'm emceeing, and he screams like over me, slut. Over the entire silent crowd. Let me tell you something.
And what car did he drive?
Huh? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. They got his ass out of there. But I will say, like, Mallory Eagle immediately got on stage, and the first thing out of her mouth, she was like, before we start, we don't talk to anybody like that.
No.
Here.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
Yeah.
And, like, and it's shit like that where it's like, you know, it's, well, first of all, shouldn't have happened in the first place, but when it does, like,
it will.
That's what you can do is, like, you have the platform. Get on there and call people out. I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna... What?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
You have all of security behind you. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes it doesn't matter if I'm honest with you.
That's true.
Sometimes it really doesn't matter, but especially in these like smaller bars.
I'm wearing my big girl boots. Someone asked me one time how we get paid at a show. We did a panel at UCO, and they're like, "How do you make sure you get paid at the end of the night?" So I'm like, "I put my big girl boots on and I make them pay me. And if they don't, we never work there again."
Yep, been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Y'all think I haven't been physically intimidating to men in my shows? You've never been to one of my shows,
Right. We didn't just make up the name Diva overnight. Like, we
No,
didn't just
we
like
did not.
come up with that. Like, no, that's like.
Cat's over here like, I'm not gonna fight you, but I am gonna leave and never come back.
I'll make you feel really bad. I'll find a way.
This episode of Rhythm and Wit was brought to you by Campbell & Son Electric, Oklahoma City's trusted one-truck electrical contractor with over 20 years of experience in the field. Whether it's upgrading your home's electrical service, troubleshooting issues, or tackling small commercial projects, Campbell & Son Electric delivers top-notch work with care and attention you'd expect from a family business. Servicing areas like Del City, Edmond, Yukon, Mustang, and beyond, they're your go-to for reliable expert service. Need help with your next project? Visit CampbellandSonElectric.com today and get it done right the first time. Campbell & Son Electric, brightening Oklahoma, one wire at a time.
The thing that nobody wants to talk about is that we do talk. All of us. We do communicate with each other, and we
They
all
love to call it gossip when we communicate.
We're not. It's
Gossip
it's
is
just
the
Me
word
Up
of
by
the
Cat
people.
Law.
It's just the word of the
Stream
people.
Shut Me Up by Cat Law.
Literally. And I mean, we talk to each other about like our safety and about people that like, oh, I wouldn't work with this person. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. I have myself been caught in moments where like I have had to speak up for myself and I've had to defend myself in order to protect people younger than me. It's my job. It's my responsibility as somebody. I'm 27 in the music scene, so it is my responsibility and my job to protect 26 and below.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, I would be privy to think that my job is just to get on stage and sing my little songs and then go home.
I'm
Like,
not
that's
closing the
it.
door behind me.
No.
I'm trying to blaze trails. And
Right.
I'm not in, that's not even like, oh, we're trying to like be so famous or be so whatever. It's like, I'm trying to create a name in an industry and a life for myself. And I'm trying to make a lifestyle that can be like sustainable and done by people who are coming up, and I'm trying to help show them that way too.
For
and figure
all.
it out.
Yeah.
For all,
I'm trying
not
to create
just
an
women.
environment.
For all.
Yes.
Like, it's for all parties. And while,
Like you said, some men in the scene who are willing to do the thing and do the show get really harsh critiques for being willing to put it in.
Yes. And you know what? Let me give another shout out. One of the best frontmen that I have ever been around, and I think is, and gets so much shit, but he is so authentically himself and puts on an incredible show, is Gavin.
Gavin Taylor. Love Gavin.
Oh my
I love Gavin.
God.
I've interviewed him so much.
Oh,
Yes.
he's incredible. He's truly incredible.
Him
and it's
his
shit like
girlfriend are amazing. Yes.
Oh.
Such an
Gavin is
amazing
one
couple.
of the nicest dudes I've ever met.
Yes.
And for him to not only be just like a big old sweetheart, Gavin, I would love to shout out Evan from TBF too. Evan is a very confident and very assured of himself. Even better shout out, there's a band in Tulsa called, is it Memorial Drive? I want to say Memory Drive, but I know that's not right.
Memorial.
Thank you. They stay shouting us out. We've played with them one singular time. They stay shouting us out. They involve everybody in the scene. They do this thing on TikTok right now where every week, or I think like every other day or some shit, they're getting on there and being like, here's a band out of Oklahoma City you should
Yes,
look
I've
at.
been
On
following
their
them.
band page.
Yes.
That's
They are
amazing.
shouting out other bands once a week. It's shit like like that.
It's a community, creating a community instead of competition.
Right.
And accepting us as a part of that community instead of seeing us as like competitors or objects.
Yes.
Like I don't like feeling like people see something shiny and then want to tie their ship to it.
Yes.
I think we've all been through that, but I want to be respected and valued. So when people hoist us up and are willing to share spotlight with us and share a seat at the table, it's hard earned. Like we got there because we tried.
And because of those actions, I have no problem like speaking their like grace and speaking positively about them to all that will listen.
Exactly.
Because they have done that to me and they've shown that respect to me. Yes.
It's that kind of what you were talking about, building that community of people, and people do notice when you're jealous of them.
Oh,
like even I who like I come and watch shows. I know when other bands are jealous of other bands. It's so painfully obvious, and it makes me want to leave.
And jealousy is human, but when we talk about being like, oh, it inspires me to do more. Like when I say it makes me want to be more cohesive. Like when we hear a riff or a line.
Jealousy isn't a bad word. I can be jealous of like Bailey's a great songwriter, but it doesn't make me want to do anything.
When you're hateful and spiteful about it.
Also, because me being a good songwriter doesn't make you not a good songwriter. You're I also get jealous of you as a songwriter because you have individual strengths that are different. Right. And if you feel secure in your strengths, then you are not threatened by other people's.
Yes.
And that is a lot of people in the scene lift themselves up by pushing down.
Yes.
And I know that you see the gritty of that.
Oh, I do. Because people don't think that like when someone comes to watch your show that they don't notice those small little like things that you're talking. Like I was watching this band recently. I haven't gone to a show since actually because it made me so mad. But I was watching this band and this guy was on stage and I guess there was a band before. I hadn't gone and seen that band, but he started like critiquing the way that they had a piano in their band or things like that. And it just like really rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, these people like opened for you. You're now here and you're kind of like shading them in the weirdest way. And you're also reading your lyrics off your phone.
Yeah.
You're going to be reading your lyrics off your phone and you're going to shade the people that had a piano and
you're not Tate
lyrics off my
McRae.
phone
Lyrics that he wrote off his phone. Yes.
Yes.
Here's the tea. Like
I had to leave.
I'm not jealous of anybody in this scene because they're not doing what I'm doing and they can't do what I do because I am
and I'm not
myself.
trying to do what they're doing because I'm not them.
No, I'm not jealous of you. I don't see myself as an equal to anybody because I think there are people that have more strength than I do. I'm also, and this is a big thing, and this again full circle back to what you need to know if you want to join the scene. There's so much more to learn. I don't think I have it figured out. I don't think I'm an expert. I don't think that I'll ever have it figured out because there's always going to be something new to learn. There's always going to be new techniques, like, you know, my husband and I talk about this all the time. There's a guitarist. Is it MKG or is it McGee? Thank you. I don't know. He just showed me this. Love or hate it. I think he's incredible, but there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of guitarists that are crowning him as like the most revolutionary guitarist of our time, right?
When all music is derivative and original in varying degrees.
Yeah.
And you can learn from anyone at any age, and we learn in different orders.
Right.
Like when I talk about starting out in folk and in blues and bluegrass stuff,
progress.
It gave me a background of information on specific avenues of music that I've had to expand. So like an area that I always have a hard time developing is production. So like our band right now, we just booked to do a live album show in March. I'll fill y'all in. But we're doing a live album because we've been trying to record for a long time in studio, but I had been a live musician for 15 years. So when I listen back, I just miss some of the magic. And that's a part of us that we're still like developing, or that I individually as an artist mainly am still developing is my comfort and satisfaction within a studio. Yeah. So while we're working on that, in the meantime, we're like, let's document and showcase what we think is a really strong, tight live performance because that's our strength.
There's always so much more to learn.
And some people start off with beautiful, perfect production songs out and then have to build a live performance up to the level that we're doing. You can do it in whichever order that you need to do it in, as long as you're working on it and you get the pieces eventually.
Yeah, that's another like piece of advice of the like the do it yourself that I would say. And I don't even know that it's advice, it just kind of has to happen. Like Maddy, I started out, I was like, I'm a Broadway bound girl.
And look where we ended up, girl.
I know. I circle back though sometimes. I see a musical and I'm like, I'm back.
Are you on Prima Sarah TikTok?
No.
No?
We'll talk later. Okay. Show me. But like, so I was from the world of like musicals and stuff, and I always, I look back now and I'm like, oh, I've been writing songs my whole life. It wasn't my main thing, but anytime I find a journal from when I was like 8 years old, it's like full of, I've always been writing songs, but I didn't even think of it that way. But yeah, so I was like 18 or something, and I saw a friend's band, and I was so like, oh my God, you can do that? Like, I was like, you can, oh my God, I should do that. And so like, for a while, you put together your band and you start to do it. And then you hit a point where like, okay, I've mastered like how to have a band in the OKC music scene. And then I hit a point where I'm like, I find myself like writing songs that I think OKC musicians will like. And that's not, or like writing songs for like, I think that this producer will like this, and that'll make it easier to like work with that. And I think that that's part of it. If I didn't have that first band where I was just trying to do what everybody else was doing for a certain time, I think it's like you spend time figuring out how to do exactly what else is doing, and then you figure out how to do exactly what only you are doing and what sets you apart. There's no problem with that process.
With learning to read the room before deciding to change the vibe. With learning the basics before it's like the rules of creating everything is like you learn the rules and then you learn how to break them intentionally.
Yes. Right. Honestly, well, here's the tea. Diva had a really, really, really big year this year, and every time I talk to mostly male musicians, they're like, how did y'all do that? How did y'all book so many shows? We don't do what everybody else does. We don't do what everybody else does. We do something that's right, because we do something. We are so authentically ourselves, and we like when we are doing shit for us, and not because we should and people take notice and people like that, and so then we progress really, really quickly. Yep. There are so many bands in the scene that, no tea, no shade, all love, are doing exactly what everybody else are doing, and then they turn around and they scratch their heads. Why isn't it working? Baby, we've seen it before.
Well,
we've seen it before.
Also, they do reward that. Sometimes they do that, and they're like, man, this is working. Let's not change anything ever.
And that's it'll be hard to get into certain venues, hard to get into certain scenes, hard to get into certain things, because you don't know what their process is when you're on the outside. So when people hit me up being like, how do you get booked at this specific venue? Sometimes I'm giving them an Instagram, sometimes I'm giving them an email, sometimes I'm giving them a phone number, and sometimes I'm saying
good luck.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm saying Godspeed, soldier.
Yeah.
But when we were talking about like you have to be a villager to make a village, I do that in a different genre than you do, where like, and Sarah talks about you've been in it a long time. Like I've been playing in this area for 15 years. Yeah. And like I kind of built up a reputation as being a last minute call for a while. Like when Baileyboy, we had a really good year in like 2023, 2024. And then quite frankly, we had to dial back so that we could expand creatively because we weren't making new music. We were just like performing our music so much. But we got in at a lot of places because we were called the day before or the day of. Some of our biggest like shows have been when we didn't have any prep time. And it was because we were staying on it, staying on practice, staying tight. And also like saying no to other things in our lives that would restrict our ability to say yes to opportunities, which is a sacrifice.
It's a big sacrifice.
You have to sacrifice what your job can be. You have to sacrifice your friends sometimes or your family connections. Like you have to find ways to make them work. Like I love everyone at this table, and I've been working a day job like 40 plus hours a week this last couple months. And so I've pulled back. I haven't been doing shows, and I haven't seen anyone here as much as I usually do because I'm trying to make money for when in the spring we're going to have to be working maybe 10 hours a week because we're playing 3 shows a week and we've got to jump on it. And learning those seasons of it can be really valuable. That in Oklahoma, we struggle in the winter, especially in January, February, to get people out to your shows. But everyone loves booking shows for January, February because we're all sad in November and December and we want to feel better and party. And then the winter, and then the tornadoes come in April and May when we're trying to do all of our beginning of summer stuff. So you learn, and if I move to Austin, none of that's relevant. Like you get to relearn it again and redo it again.
Every scene is so different.
And so like being here for over a decade, like I have certain phone numbers in my phone that I don't know how someone who's not in the scene would ever access.
I don't. I'll tell you a big part of it too is like treating people like people and not like a transaction. And the best way that you can do that, and this is gonna sound so silly, but like say hi to your sound guy. Like, go up to them and say,
Learn
hey,
their
have you
name.
been?
Yeah.
What have you been up
Learn
to?
the names of the
Hi,
people
how are
working
you?
with you.
My name
How are
is-
you?
Because
Hey.
if we gossip, sound guys gossip.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank people. Thank people.
Thank people.
They were there. They were doing the same amount of time. Thank your other bands. You know,
Also, like tell them, like, tip the bartender.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming.
yes.
Clean up your mess. If we're at an outdoor venue, make sure to take your trash with you. We're all
Yes.
part of a team here. And if I'm professional and I understand what you guys are trying to accomplish as a venue and an event, and you understand what I'm trying to accomplish as an artist, we can be there for each other.
Right.
Exactly.
And those venues or events are people.
Yeah.
They're this and the same 15 people too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that in Oklahoma
It's
City.
always the same
It's the
people.
same 15.
Yes.
And if you are not respectful and you're not willing to acknowledge them or get to know them, why do you deserve to be in
Right.
the scene?
I'm a big hugger too. Like I'll
Me
see like
too,
a sound
girl.
guy or a venue owner that I've seen multiple times before, and I mean, it's
Please don't hug me.
I was gonna
okay.
say I got
I know-
nervous because I'm like, some days I don't want to, guys.
Well, I know there's certain people that can and will. I know there's some that won't. But like it's really, really important because I think that, you know, in the arts we get so transactional.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
get really transactional really, really fast. And
Well, they didn't come to my last show, so I'm not gonna go to theirs. They couldn't
don't-
play
yeah,
this
and
last.
you don't know
they
what's
said
going
they
on
said
in
no
their
the
lives.
last time we asked them, so we're not gonna ask them until they ask us again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's really harsh because I'm just like, you don't know. Maybe
don't know.
my cat died and my car broke down and I worked 40 hours this week. Like we're
Right.
all starving artists. We're all limited resources.
Yeah.
Being really considerate of what it costs everyone to be here and assuming they're coming with the love of the game
Yeah.
is you need to, or what are we doing?
And you know,
Yeah.
support, like online support is free and the freest thing that you can do to
Yes.
support your artist friends. I mean, like if they're dropping a
Follow
song,
them and share.
put it on your story. Play it once or
Yes.
twice. Hell, if you're cleaning your house, loop it for like a couple hours. Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's easy.
Put it on loop and then go walk your dog. Leave your house. You don't
Right.
need to listen to me if you don't feel like it.
I mean, like, but it's so simple. Like, it's one of the things.
And also buy it off of Bandcamp.
right.
Yes.
Our music's on
Right.
Bandcamp. If you would like to own it, everyone's moving away from Spotify. Everyone's moving to traditional media.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Or to, you know what? And here's the thing too. Again, back to community. Text your friends. Oh my God, your new song came out and it's beautiful.
That
Could
is
go
really validating.
miles. Could
Yeah.
go
Does
miles ahead.
Wonders.
It does wonders, and that's like that is the shit that like when you were in the thick of me. How am I gonna make this better for me? How am I gonna make my band famous? How am I gonna make this?
Yeah.
How you're gonna do that is by building your community and building your group of people so that they are willing to call upon you.
And that's very peer to peer because I'm not expecting my friend who works at Walgreens to notice that I put a single out the hour I put it out and share it to their story
No.
and do that. This is kind of about like if you are needing the support from the community, it really is wonderful if you
Yeah.
can show it, but not treat it like it's an expectation or like receiving it
Right.
is necessary for you giving it.
No.
Like I know I said respect is reciprocal and I think it really is, but that doesn't mean that support is always evenly reciprocal. Like you take turns being
Yeah.
at the top of the pyramid and with the most resources to give. And like
right.
I mean, I think we've all like gone through phases where we were kind of like the person to book that year.
Yeah.
And I think we all used it to bring friends onto lineups with us and
Yeah.
to bring people into rooms that they had a hard time getting in.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That we had a hard time getting in the first place.
The literal only reason why I'm sitting right here right now is because you took a chance on me with emo.
Because I
KC.
liked your boots.
And that's
at a
it.
bar.
That's how Bailey and I met. We
That's
were at a
iconic.
bar, and I was sitting there waiting on my man. Okay, actually, plot twist. We used to do this fun thing where he would go to the bar, and I would go sit by the bar, and I would wait for the bachelor parties to want to buy me a drink, and then I get two, and I take one back to my man. So,
Period.
playing that game. We were playing that game. Shout out, Up Down.
And she caught
Shout
the
out
wrong,
Up Down for
and
real.
she caught the wrong fish.
and I caught the wrong fish.
Because I came up.
Because here comes Bailey. I love your boots, and I happen to have a coupon code, and I was like, I'm gonna send it to you because I don't need it, and that's
And
how
so
we
then
became
we got
friends.
added on Instagram because of it. And then you pulled up my Instagram and you go, oh my God, are you a musician?
Yes.
I'm a musician. And I go, you're kidding. Of course you are.
Yeah, literally.
Like, and so then we connected after that. And then when we did So Far, we were like, oh, we know each
wait.
other. We know. So when stuff happens with your family, you feel safe coming in to tell me.
And when you played some fucking sorority fuck shit at UCO, I was at that show.
oh my God.
Forever ago.
Forever
in like
ago.
the yellow era,
Yes.
I had my yellow
Yes.
boots on.
The
Oh
same-
my
yes.
god!
I was there,
I don't
queen.
think anyone was at that show. You were the only person at that
I was
show.
there, queen. I was there, literally. and I've been following Sarah around for years. We just never talked to each other.
She's been begging me to do something.
No, that's not even true.
She was knocking on her door 2 a.m.
That's not
Elbows on the window.
That's not even true. But like, you never know. You literally never know who you were in the same room as. So it is worth your while to literally talk to everybody. And here's the tea.
1,000%.
I understand that is hard. I understand that not everybody is as outgoing as me, but you got to fake it. You got to lie.
You gotta
won't
fake it
be
till you make
perfect.
it. Yeah.
Like every 10th show, you might need to sit in the corner and play on your phone or play on your Switch because you had a hard week and you're overwhelmed. Which is why I'm saying,
but you're still there.
it's not about judging other
Exactly,
artists
you're
by
still
this
listening.
standard. It's about that these are opportunities and actions that you can take as an artist that can raise the standard for you and raise the standard for your community and how you show up.
I am nothing without the community of people that brought me here.
1,000%.
And let me put it out this way. I owe it to my community and I owe it to the people that got me there to put on the absolute best show I can put on every time I get on stage. I do not get on stage looking like I just roll out of bed. I do not get on stage and talk down about myself. That's a big one. Can I talk my shit again? There's been so many shows that I have been to where the lead singer will be like, "Oh, well, you know, this song sucks," or "I sound like I suck tonight." Don't fucking do that.
Then the
Don't
crowd is
do
gonna
that.
think that. The
I
crowd
hate
is gonna
that.
think
There's
that.
a reason why you made the voice you made with that one because it
Right.
needs to be a particular
I'm
type.
here. I want you to succeed. I really do. When I'm sitting on that crowd, I want you to succeed. I want you to be
And
amazing.
When I tell people off stage, other musicians, that I could be a stronger guitarist, that I'm really great at rhythm, but I'm not very good at lead. So I would love to play with them sometime. Sometimes they're like, no, you're so good. That's so nice. This is not me seeking validation.
No, I'm
this
not
is
fishing.
me being a professional
And being up-
telling you what I'm
upfront,
capable
yes.
of so that we can work together in the future. And it's not derogatory for me to be like, but that's in the appropriate setting. I'm not on stage being like, everyone forgive my guitar playing.
Yeah,
Right.
Sometimes I will
Yeah.
go, girl, I'm wearing my nails today. Be gentle.
To be gentle. And here's the tea.
Yeah,
Here's the
there's
tea. I don't get on stage drunk as fuck forgetting
irritates-
shit.
it
And I'll
irritates
say,
me when I see
different
that.
shows are different things in terms of like, been doing this a long time in the area. The difference between a show with like a full band and then like a residency or an acoustic song swap, or there are so many like tiers of shows where you're expected to kind of code switch between appropriate behavior, where like if I show up in my boots and in my fit, like I'm the only one on stage showing anything, and it can make other people feel uncomfortable or out of place, like cohesiveness in art. I understand wanting that.
Right.
Girl, what? Girl, what?
What?
I didn't take my meds, and I was thinking about the water bottle thing earlier.
Well,
We've said it all a million times anyway.
Well, yeah, it's just like the respect thing of I respect the people that are coming to the show that are putting their hard-earned money out, that like I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to look good. I'm going to be I'm not going to be really, really fucked up that I can't play. Like, I'm not going to...
Being professional in an unprofessional
I'm not going to
setting.
play over my time and then force the other bands to start an hour and a half later. Like, I'm not going to do shit like that. It's respect. I respect everybody else's time. I respect the audience that came. I respect all that shit.
I made me remember at that show that you were at, that band that went before us that... I don't even remember their name, but I remember they were like a cool band at the time. They like did their sound check because they were playing after us, obviously, because we were not cool. And then they just left all of their gear on the stage and left.
I've seen that.
And then we like had to set up to start the show.
I'm sorry, but if you leave your stuff sitting on stage and my band's supposed to come up and do it, that's permission for me to move it.
Well, that's what we had to do.
Don't touch your gear without asking. I run
They
an
were
open
gone.
mic. I run an open mic. Rule number 3: if it's not yours, don't touch it.
Yeah.
That's if it's not your gear, don't touch it. Gear is expensive. We just talked about this, how it's important for your job. I will move it out of my way to do my job because I have to do my job.
Right. Well, we've played shows with bands that aren't together anymore, Clock It, and they've made us play an hour and a half late, despite the fact that listen, I'll come if I need to start on time, and I'll tell you why. Like, I mean, if I come to at the time I was teaching, we had a recital the next day at like 10. It's fucking kids. They get you up early as fuck. But we're starting, we hit the stage at midnight and play an hour and a half set. Like, I'm not trying to start at 1 o'clock.
Well, and if
get
I've
home at 3:30.
been awake since 5 or 6 or 7 because I'm working a day job and then I'm coming to do it. Like, just be respectful of everyone's time and be adult. And when everyone is partying and drinking and deep in that atmosphere, it's a lot easier to just be like, none of it matters. We can start whenever we start. We'll start when the crowd's biggest. And I'll say, like, running shows, running sound, running bands, sit in as many seats in the table in the industry as you can, so you understand why people make the decisions they make. Because I have run an open mic, tried to start like 15 minutes late because no one was in the room yet, and we only had so many people showed up. So I'm like, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and come back and start late so that there'll maybe be people here by the time we get started. And while I went to go do that, they came up to me and were like, are we gonna get started or what? It's 8:00. And I said, sure, you can play to nobody. Sure. Yeah, you can play to nobody. And I've done it before. I've done it before. There's nothing wrong with playing to nobody. I was being considerate of you. I know more about what's going on right now in this environment, and you're coming up and being like, hey, can we go? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, do you have something after this? Because I'm hosting the show and running it. Why are you... Right. And they done it rudely. Like, if they came up and they were, like, nice about it, whatever. But they done it really rudely. And then, like, 5 weeks later, they came back and apologized to me because they're like, oh, you're not going to really speak to me any more than you have to do your job now, huh? And I was like, yeah. You're not my friend if you're treating me disrespectfully and not acknowledging what's going on.
There's a lot of like respect that you'll find. I mean, it's the same respect across the board any state you play in. But I think that we sit in a very, again, full circle, I think we sit in a very specific seat in the fact that we do play rock music and we do, are loud and confident, and we have the chance that we can kind of talk about that.
1,000% you guys do, yeah.
We have that opportunity that we can kind of speak on that a lot of other genres don't get.
And oh boy, will we speak on it for way over the time we intended to do a podcast.
And
Girl, Sarah and I are disassociated.
Well, I was actually about to bring Sarah back. Yes, I was wanting you guys just to kind of wrap it up because I know.
Yes.
Sorry, David, we're going very long.
Sorry, David.
I would like you guys to shout out some things that are upcoming songs that are going to be released, shows that are happening. I'd like Sarah to start because I know you do other things besides DIVA as well.
I am not doing a whole lot else besides DIVA right now.
Okay.
So, like, hit me up.
Absolutely.
I'm available.
Hit her up, guys.
I'm available for a lot of stuff.
I'm too available. Hang on. Hang on. Wait a minute.
Listen,
She goes, whoa, my drummer just said they're available. Shut up.
I got bills.
Shut up.
I got bills. We have a lot of shows coming up with DIVA.
Yeah, I would love for you to tell us about them.
We are, not to spoil too much, but we are... Can you sit still?
I'm excited.
Go back and forth.
Okay. Not to reveal too much, but we are kind of like doing some new stuff for 2026.
Okay.
And we kind of have some
A rebrand.
A little bit of a rebrand, if you will. A little bit of a refresh, if you will. We've got some new songs.
Ooh.
We've been playing kind of the same set for the last year, but we've got some new songs to rope in.
Okay.
We got some new trauma to write about.
And yeah, we're really, really excited about it. We have a bunch of shows coming up. Local show is going to be January 16th at Resident Head.
Okay. I will be taking off.
Really, really cool
wanting to see
lineup of female-led bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that.
I'm gonna put that in my calendar actually right now.
And it's
'cause I
a
have yet to see y'all perform, and
No way. You've never seen
I
this?
haven't seen you guys perform.
Yeah,
And I know
Resident
that's a
Head.
problem.
I'm going to wear my itty-bitty mini skirt for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm bringing her out. Get ready, Sarah.
January 16th, you said, at Resident
Let me double check that. Yeah,
it's the 16th.
Oh my gosh.
Because we go to Austin the next day.
Yeah, we're going to play in Austin
Well, I
in
will be
January. And we're going to play in Lawrence, Kansas on January 3rd as well.
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
We're back. We're back.
And
Lawrence,
then
Kansas viewers.
If we cannot make it to Resident Head, our next local show is February 28th, and we're super, super excited about that. We're hosting a band from Dallas called Amethyst Michelle.
Wait, I've heard of them.
My bestie.
Yeah.
Love
We're very
her.
excited.
We're so excited. We haven't
love
gotten to play
that.
with them yet, but their booking agent is a good friend of mine,
Okay.
and I'm so excited for that. That's going to be at Bookish. So that's what we got local coming up.
We have another one,
Shit.
too, with another band out of Nashville. Date
that
is
doesn't have a
escaping
date
me.
yet.
Okay, never mind.
That's not confirmed.
Don't go that part, David. My fault. I don't run the calendar, obviously.
So why are you running your mouth?
Damn. Shit.
Anyways.
Hey, if you ain't
That's
gonna keep me
amazing.
honest, who will?
Yeah.
Please go see
But-
the Diva show. Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, just please check us out because we got a lot of
check them
some
out.
stuff coming out.
Where can people find you guys?
Our Instagram, shut the hell up.
Sorry.
Our Instagram is...
Stop hitting me out.
David at all of us
Wait a minute.
after this.
I'm feeling
Shut the hell up.
You can find Diva on Instagram at whatisdiva, and you can find us on TikTok at andwhoisdiva.
Okay, period. I love it. Kat, what shows do you have coming up?
Right now I don't have any shows booked until February, I believe the 27th, and I believe Bailey is playing that show
Okay.
as well. Resonator.
Yeah, with Kennedy Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
We're both playing.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't think
Norman
that's been
show.
announced, but I guess consider it announced.
That's my next full band show as well.
Okay,
I think
cool.
we might play.
Shut up. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
See? No, I'm with you. Listen, I played my part. We're good. I might have. I have a couple of swaps and acoustic shows coming up in January. I think I'm playing at the Opolis a handful of times. I might
Shout
play
out
with
Opolis.
Shout out Opolis. I might play with this group, Party Water, out of Norman
Hell
at the end of
yeah.
January, whom
I've
I
heard
really
of them,
love. They don't
yes.
play very often, but I live for
Yeah.
it.
Well, on the Party Water note, I am recording a song right now.
Okay.
That will be out. I actually believe I might be getting the final mix on my phone
With one
here
of the
soon.
members of Party Water,
With a
who's
member.
a fantastic producer.
Kyle Reed, one of the good ones.
Okay, period.
One of the best ones. And I think we're gonna film a tiny desk
Yay!
of it.
And I've heard the
That's
song, and
amazing.
it's so
So,
good, and like your
It's a very
vocals are
special
so
song.
good.
It's a sad song.
You can hear I think you can hear the Broadway background of like it's acrobatic, but in an emotional way, you know. And we're obviously doing the live album. That's going to be at the Blue Door in March. We talked to Greg Johnson about that. And so we're going to be doing that. We kind of tried to pull back on some live shows so that we can really show that the respect that we want it to be. We want it to be something special. Like
1000%.
you've brought up to me like on accident like 4 or 5 times that one Norman Music Fest show at the Blue
Yeah,
Bonnet.
it really hit hard
It
for
just
me.
comes, and a lot of people bring it up, and it's like I kind of want something like that. Like I want that energy, and I want to encapsulate it. And like in 10 years, whether or not anyone has ever listened to it, I know I'll look back at it and like cry.
Yeah.
Period. Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, I look back on it and cry every time I think about it.
Thank
It was just such a beautiful demonstration of community, and I feel like a lot of people have lost that since COVID.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
am-
especially finding that.
running open mic at the Bonnet.
I know.
at the
I
Blue Bonnet now
and
on
I do
Monday
live in
nights.
Norman, and
But
you
just
tell me
say
this every time, and
back
I
to
need
the
to
scene
go.
of the crime. Just to say on community that
Yes.
they have me back as like a resident host for an event, and as a local musician, that stuff's so valuable. So we appreciate it.
Go check out Bailey if you want to do things at this open mic. Yes.
Yeah, be so respectful because I'll
Be
kick
very
you
nice
out.
to her. Yes. Okay, where can people find you guys? What platforms?
At Catlock Y'all on pretty much everything. I also have a website that I worked very hard on
It's really
making
cool.
myself this year. So
It's
to learn
good.
more about the housewives, please go to catlock.com.
I'm coming for your job, Andy. That's what I want to know.
No, I'm not here to make enemies with Andy Cohen, you guys.
No. That was a Sheena quote from an old reunion. I'm sorry. No, you can find my music stuff with Baileyboy.mp3 on Instagram and TikTok. And then I think Baileyboy MP3 or Baileyboy is everything.
Do you guys? Are there any streaming platforms you don't have music on? I know people are taking stuff off of Spotify right now.
That's a
I'm
great
still
question.
on them all.
Do you know?
We haven't removed ours from any streaming. Baileyboy is still on it. We did remove an EP a few years ago just because we learned that a girl reached out to me about someone we had worked with on that project. So yes, we gave up our live EP that was very successful and was very
good.
successful. It was very successful for us. It helped us with our stuff a lot. Sometimes you have to make make a sacrifice to be a member of your
1000%.
community.
Yep.
So we did take that off of all streaming. Like you really can't find that anywhere, maybe YouTube. And then I think that when we release new music, we are going to release in like physical and on Bandcamp for a solid month or 3 before it goes to streaming platforms that
Okay.
don't value it.
It's amazing.
I have a music venture that I'm working on that isn't directly related to
Yeah,
Diva.
I
Can
would
speak
love to
on
hear
that?
about it.
Okay.
Yes.
I own my own marketing agency, and I just started a branch specifically for musicians and bands
Okay.
and artists. Kind of in the same realm as like when you hire like a show photographer. There's not a lot of people that are doing show content, and there's
No.
not a lot of people that are
And you need show
creating.
content.
Right. There's
They
not a lot
put
of people
that
that
all
are
weight
creating
on the
content
artist.
specifically for bands and
If
artists.
you need help, let me know.
Yeah, I create. I have packages specifically for bands, for live shows, for record. I just did a studio session with Pineapple Willows. I have a music video shoot coming up with a different artist, and I kind of work under Pink Street with that. My business business is in collaboration with hers. But in my personal opinion, really kind of low rates, all things considered. I mean, considering the amount of edited, ready to post videos that you get out of it. And it comes back from my like passion of wanting to give back to the scene and, you know, tap into a resource that every musician needs desperately. You have to have a social media presence.
1,000%.
Not a lot of people have the editing knowledge or have the people that can shoot the content for you. So anyways, that is something that I'm kind of pursuing in 2026 as like a side hustle, for lack of a better term. It's my full-time job. But yeah, you can find that. My business is called Maddy Management. They can hit me up directly. Don't hit me up on hit me up on my personal Instagram, Madeline F. Foster. But I'm booking throughout the year as much as I humanly can. I'd like to work with as many bands as I humanly can. So
amazing.
That's my tea.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. It was such an honor to just sit in a room full of these badass women in front of me.
Stop. I love you.
I love you guys.
I love
oh my
you.
gosh, guys. Check out the next episode whenever it comes out, and check out this one right now. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go to Chili's.